right, greetings. All right, so continuing this little very long 17.5 hour Angular review, we are now on route guards with our host for the free code camp. Let's get into it. We'll spend another hour on this. Oh yeah, let's see, one other thing I gotta do is, that I forgot to do before I turn this video on, I need to navigate to where I have this. So let's see, projects, project, okay, consider, hotel, API, oh, you know what, wait, let's do this. Hotel, yeah, and then so let's see if we got that. Oh, okay, nice. Release note, wonderful. Don't care. Let's show you what that looks like, so you can see that too. Okay, so we got that up. So here's the API that this needs to run with. What do we start this with? npm start dev, I think, or just start. Maybe start dev. Maybe start. I don't know. Let's do this. All right, great. So okay, so that's running now. Let's get Dell inventory. Okay, there we go. Pretty groovy. All right, so we got that going. Let's open that up. Okay, so this is where we left off. I think and hope this is where we left off. Okay, that VS Code remembers where I left off. All right, let's switch back over to our guide here. Oh, that's a little too quick, isn't it? I wish I had a hotkey for fade over. I have to look into that. All right, so we got that going. Let's get going. Should probably turn off the soothing stuff, right? Where's the soothing stuff? Ah, I shouldn't think. All right, yeah, let's turn the soothing stuff off. You know what? Maybe I need some nice soothing background music here while I'm doing this. Maybe that'll help get into the flow of things here. But yeah. Close that. Get out the way. Where is my royalty free? There it is. There's my little royalty free music. Let's see if I can't get this. How about don't shuffle, just repeat. Yeah, now go back. Nope. Ah, God, I need music while I'm working, man. Alright. Let's see if we can put this lower down a bit. Alright, so you should see this. Yeah, so this is what I'm rolling with. Got some non-copyrighted, royalty-free stuff happening here. So miss me with your little copyright audio blocks, and yeah, let's see how this feels. Let's get into it.
Talk about route guards. So as per name suggests, right, it's guards. What you understand by guards? So you have many type of guards you might have seen in your real time or real life as well, right? So let's say ATMs, they have guards. Banks, they have guards. What they're trying to do, they are trying to secure something. Of course, in that case, it's money. So what route guards do? So it means these guards are actually trying to secure route. But how? So there are multiple guards which are available and they do different stuff. So we will go through one by one, and we will talk about resolve guard at the end. And before we talk about resolve guard, we will create our booking form finally, and we will fix the date picker issue which we have in our um earlier form, right? If you remember, we created our rooms add rooms form, and we said, okay, this date time doesn't work, then we will be using the Angular material date picker. So we will fix that as well. So let's see how route guard behaves. But before we go ahead and talk about how route guard works, we need to understand one.
Yeah, I'll get this. One thing I gotta do is up his area. All right.
And one thing, we need to understand the routing event. How does your route works, right? So we have not seen this. We have seen, okay, how to configure your route, how to do your default route, how to do your wildcard route, but in which sequence they are called. I mean, what happens when you click on a route? So let's go ahead and talk about that. And to do that, we will be subscribing, or we will be using the router service, which we have already used, but we'll be using some different properties. Let's go ahead and see that. So here I'll say private. I'll say this is route, and this is router. Let's call it as a router, right? That makes sense. I mean, and now on ng on init lifecycle look, I'll say this dot router dot events dot, and it's an observable, so I'll be subscribing to it, and then we'll say this is event. And here we'll just do console.log event, and let's go to our UI.
All right, hang on. I'm trying to follow along with this brother is doing. Let's. You know what? Did I ever set that? Shoot. Did I? I don't think I did. And I need to. This wasn't it like Control Shift? Yeah, okay, I gotta set that. All right, so anyway, let's do this. Put them up here, and I'm gonna go to nginit. Where we at? Route events. Wait, log service name. Oh, we're making that. That's a new thing. Okay. So this router dot events describe. Event. Oh, okay. Trying to be like that, huh? It's okay. We can roll with that. We can see what that looks like. Where's your closing parentheses though? Surprised I didn't do that. All right. So anyway, console.log event. Yes. Oh, are we importing this? Is that what's happening? Like, no. What do we, what's that? Clear property router. Add index signature to property router. Okay, wait. Oh. Interesting. Constructor. Declare. Add index signature, huh? This thing is slowly turning into an IDE. Private. I wonder. So hang on, I'm curious. If I just do that, oh, why did you freak out? Okay, why am I getting this much red? Oh, because I deleted that. Curious. Declare. Oh wait, what did you do? What did you change? Wait, what did you change? router. Shoot, that's what I get for not being able to see the whole screen at one time. Let's undo that. Okay, so it was something here. I do it again because I want to see what you do. Router Annie. Oh, interesting. Yeah, undo. Huh. String Annie. Interesting. Alright, so that's not what we want to do. We want to do this. Private router. And now you add that import. Okay. Interesting. Now you're moaning about this. Convert to anonymous function. Interesting. Infer function return type. Wait. Okay. Anyway, all right. I'm sorry. Overthinking all that. So let's transition back. All right. Let's see. That should be a hotkey right there. Just this to this should be a hotkey. I'm gonna work on that later on. All right. So let's get back to this. Oh yeah, is that even running? Do I even have that running? Do I even have that running? Let's pop that open. Pop that open, pop that open, pop that open. Let's see. Localhost 420. Oh. Really? Wait a minute. Are I running this? Oh, oops. I forgot to, I got the server running, but I forgot to start this. npm start. Alright, there we go. So I'll need that. I'll need the second one later on for other random stuff. Now we have, ooh, that's bright, isn't it? Should have put dark mode on this. Inspect. Okay, inspect. All right, so what you looking at, my friend? 30 messages, huh? If I do this, I can see the little message thing above on the side. So where's the little message thing on the side? There we go, console. All right, switch back. Okay, so that's all you're at. Just console. Sorry, console. I should have seen that. Just poking at this. Okay, so there we go. Object on changes call. Where you see on changes call? Where are you at, bro? Oh, rooms. Right, rooms. Here, let's remove rooms. Rooms. Okay. And he's got messages highlighted. Dcheck is called. Okay, change is called. Yeah. Okay. Request success. So on changes is Dcheck. Did he change the name of that? Rooms. Yeah. Rooms component. So wait. Rooms component. Let's go back to rooms component. Hang on, did he change the name of that? Rooms component. That is so distracting to have that there. I wonder if I should put you in a different thing since. Oh, are you trying to be like that? Okay, can I do that? Just bring you over here like this. Server in a different window. There we go. Okay. What am I looking for? I'm looking for rooms component. Yeah, let's look at rooms component. Rooms dot component. Rooms component. Did you give me like a line? Rooms component 102. Wait. Rooms component 122. Come here. 122. 122. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to say Yeah, because it's literally called ng do check. Why does he call it on changes? Hello, bro. All right, let's follow along. It's do check, bro. Okay, anyway, on changes, huh? On changes is called. All right, so we got that. We'll just do that so that this matches up. Yeah, so it's easier to follow along. Okay. All right, groovy. So, why do you have a black screen, my friend? Let's find out.
Let's see if it's compiled. Yes, it's compiled, and I think there is some debugger which is available.
Oh, it's got a debugger on. That's
so
why.
let's move on. We can just let me just disable the debugger, and let's go to console. And here we want to So here you can see line number 34. So let's go ahead and see how it starts, right? So when in this case the navigation happened, if you remember, let me just do this one thing. I'll just remove this and let's go back to employee, right? So we have the only route guards or route events are locked. So there are multiple events which gets fired when you click or in case a navigation happens. So here you can see it starts from navigation start, and if you see there are few parameters which your navigation start has. So it has a URL, it has a unique ID generated for each and every navigation event which happens. These IDs are really helpful in case you are getting some issue during navigation. A common use case or a common issue which we generally get during navigation is by the time the first navigation gets completed, you are trying to navigate again. So you can only figure that out based on the ID. So navigation started, then it tries to recognize the route. So it says, okay, now this route is recognized. So I have to, there are some states which is available. So remember snapshot as part of this. You can see now.
What happened? The audio dropped. What happened here? Okay. Yeah, switch that to this first. Sorry, folks, got a little strange thing going on with the audio. Okay, there we go. That was weird. Yeah, that was strange. All right, anyway, let's keep going. This is where the route cards come into picture. So it says, okay, now I'll go ahead and check whatever guards you have implemented. So this is where it will start. Then it will say, okay, now let me go ahead and activate the child where we have seen the child. So if you go to rooms, click on add room. So this is child, right? So it will go ahead and check if this child, it will go ahead and start activating this child routes. Then activation starts. It will say, okay, now everything is figured out. Now I can go ahead and activate this particular routing or route. Now here all the guards have checked, all guards check have ended. So it says, okay, now it's fine, everything is okay. All guards said, so all the guards which we have implemented, they are saying it is okay to allow this particular user to enter into this particular route. Guards check in, right? So nowadays when you try to enter into bank or ATM, what they do, they check your temperature, they try to see if you have any symptoms, right? So and then they allow you. So that's where guards check end. Then it says, okay, now let me just resolve this particular route, right? So it will try to resolve this particular route where we are redirecting to room/add. And then it says, okay, now this is also fine, resolve ended. Then it will call activation ended, and then it will say, okay, now child activation also ended, and navigation finally it says, okay, now everything is fine, let me just end the navigation. And the last event which we have is scroll event. Scroll event is something which you can use in case, let's say you click on a URL and now you want to
scroll your this horizontal bar, right? Somewhere, or top, bottom, wherever you want to, you can just go ahead and subscribe to the scroll event as well. So this is related to your router events, how they are called in sequence. And now we will go ahead and talk about the route cards.
Okay, wait a minute. So I got a little issue because he just did something, and I'm trying to figure out why did that not happen. All right, so let's scroll back. Go back. Okay, what did you click on, my man? Okay, here we are here. Right.
So here you can see line number 34. So let's go ahead and see how it starts, right? So when, in this case, the navigation happened, if you remember, let me just do this one thing. I'll just remove this and let's go back to.
Oh, okay, wait, so he went, okay, hang on. I want to follow along here. Let me show you what I'm up to. So here we've got, I'll make this a little bit wider. No, okay, there we go. I'm gonna make it so that we can click on the thing, right? Where does he go? Oh, why is that? See, click on it. What is action? That's, okay, where did action come from?
To employee, right? So we have the only route cards or route events are locked. So there are.
And then where are you looking? Okay, messages. See, I don't even see that. Where, how are you getting? On changes is called app component. Where are you seeing that? I don't see that. I'm not getting that output, my friend. Navigator start. Navigation start. Okay, wait. Here we go. Routes recognized. Okay. Guard check. Guards check start. Okay, cool. Here we go. Okay, groovy. App component line 39. Nice. Router, subscribe, subscription. Okay, nice. All right, let's keep going.
There are multiple events which gets fired when you click or in case a navigation happens. So here you can see it starts from navigation start. And if you see, there are few parameters which your navigation start has. So it has a URL, it has a unique ID generated for each and every navigation event which happens. These IDs are really helpful in case you are getting some issue during navigation. A common use case or a common issue which we generally get during navigation is, by the time the first navigation gets completed, you are trying to navigate again. So you can only figure that out based on the ID. So navigation started, then it tries to recognize the route. So it says, okay, now this route is recognized. So I have to, there are some states which is available. So remember snapshot, that's part of this. You can see router state snapshot. So you have URL after redirects. Then we get guard check start, and this is where the route guards come into picture. So it says, okay, now I'll go ahead and check whatever guards you have implemented. So this is where it will start. Then it will say, okay, now let me go ahead and activate the child, where we have seen the childs. So if you go to rooms, click on add room. So this is child, right?
Right. So wait, if you go to rooms, wait, what the hell? Wait, go back.
We have seen the childs. So if you go to rooms, click on.
Right, what the hell? Oh, there we go. Man, that took a minute for that to load. Why did that take a minute for that to load? Click on rooms.
Add room.
Do this again.
Where we have seen the childs. So if you go to rooms, click on add room. So
right, click on rooms, go to add room. Dig this, man. I've got no form. What? There's no form. What's going on? I'm clicking this button, add room. I got no form. What's happening? Okay, so right, when did we add the form, bro? Why is there no form? Why is there no form? Okay, wait, is something breaking? Error, expression changed after it has been checked. Error. Previous value blank, current value. Rooms view 2. What the frack? Expression changed after it has been checked. Error. Request success. Change is called. On changes is called. Change is called. Simple change. Simple change. Rooms list. Expression changed after it has been checked. I don't know. Just show me the errors. NG expression change if it is checked. You're properly defined. Reading native element. Okay, clear everybody. What the heck? I got no errors clicking this, but I got a ton of messages. Clear messages. Go to messages. Add room. What the frack? API rooms. What the heck? On change is called. Quest component. Why is this breaking? Room number 1. Basic room, amenities, air conditioning, blah 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 blah. I have no idea what this number means now. I don't remember. What is going on? Add room is not giving me this. Where did this come from? Last title. Submit. There is no form on this. When did we do that? Let's see. This should be rooms component, right? Right. Let's trace this. Where is the... Good lord. Okay. So stuck in React in my head. Let's see where is the button for adding the room? Rooms component. Okay. Rooms count. Service. Init. Request has been made. Request successful. Invent that body. Subscribe. Next, like console log. Complete console log. Subscribe. NG do check. NG after init. After view check. Toggle, select room, add room, add room. So that's add room. This room list, original data, room service, add room, subscribe, room list data, edit room, add room. What the frack? Add room, edit room, delete room. Bro, when did we make the form? Book room. Toggle? Who am I toggling on? Who am I toggling off? It's not even Not toggling anything. This was toggling before. This was toggling before. I remember when this was toggling. Edit room. And then what room are we editing? What is going on? Nothing's happening. What's going on? Yeah, look at that. The add room button should send me to booking room add. Add room? What's going on? What's going on, man? Oh my god. Okay. What's going on? Okay. Add room. Did he have an add room? What the
So this
frick?
is where we have seen
Rooms, add room. Rooms, add room. Bookings.
the childs. So if you go to rooms, click on add.
Why am I in this? No. Oh my god, this drives me nuts. Like, loop. What the frack? Oh my god. YouTube, why are you so irritating? Loop playlist. Is loop on? Loop video. No, loop playlist. Oh my god. I cannot seem to get my playlist to loop, bro. Go to the last one. Like, how do I know if it's looped or not? There's no visual indicator. All right, so let's see here. What the heck? Am I on a different branch? Did I change branches or something? No, I'm on the same branch. There's only one branch. Oh my god. Yeah. Route guard starting, right. When did we create these views? Because edit room, delete room 3, that's like literally deleting a specific room. Edit room, add room is hard coding. This is hard coding in the room. There's no form. So where did the form come from? Oh, I'm not a happy camper, because I have coded every single hour up to this point, and all of a sudden he's clicking buttons, and now we got forms in place where we didn't build a form. So this is out of order as far as the edits are concerned. Oh my god. Okay. What's this mess? Add room, and then what happened to the toggle? Oh wait, rooms list. Add room toggle. Wait. What is going on? Okay, that toggle, that's where the toggle is. So we're toggling this little thing here, like number of rooms. Who cares? Add room. That doesn't change the view. Oh my god. This is where they've been hiding. So how come it's not updating every time I hit an add? Like every time I hit add, every time I hit add room, I should see the room pop up here on the screen without me having to do a hard reload. So that's whack. Okay. And now all this is on the side. How do you delete? What room are you deleting? Delete room, delete room, delete room, delete room, delete room. Who are you deleting? I have no idea who you're deleting. 3100 delete room. I'm still at 3100. So this is where they were. Are you kidding? Oh my god. This is nuts. What mess is this? How do you delete it? Which room is being deleted? This should be a simple CRUD thing. Each little room right next to it should have a delete button, so I know I'm deleting that specific room. Oh my god, what are we building? It's amazing when I come back, like after a couple of days or whenever the heck it was last time I did this, and your perspective changes. You're like, what are we building? Because this doesn't make sense. Daddy sees an opportunity. Uncle Fonzo sees an opportunity. I see an opportunity. This ain't making sense. Why do I have add room page when I go to rooms? And then if I click on add room, where's the form? Because we didn't build the form. Where's the form? Oh, okay. Slacking. I see an opportunity. All right. Let's just keep going.
On add room. So this is child, right? So it will go ahead and check if this child.
Did you build the child? You never
start
built the
activating
child.
this child routes. Then activation starts. It will say, okay, now everything is figured out. Now I can go ahead and activate this particular.
Are we going to build this child? Maybe we're going to build the child. Maybe he's just telling us what we're about to build.
All the guards have checked. All guards check have ended. So it says, okay, now it's fine. Everything is okay.
He's been on
all guards
up to this point.
Said. So all the guards which we have implemented, they are saying it is okay to allow this particular user to enter into this particular route. Guards check in, right? So nowadays when you try to enter into bank or ATM, what they do? They check your temperature, they try to see if you have any symptoms, right? So, and then they allow you. So that's where guards check end. Then it says, okay, now let me just resolve this particular route, right? So it will try to resolve this particular route where we are redirecting to room/add. And then it says, okay, now this is also fine. Resolve ended. Then it will call activation ended. And then it will say, okay, now child activation also ended. And navigation, finally, it says, okay, now everything is fine. Let me just end the navigation. And the last event which we have is scroll event. Scroll event is something which you can use in case, let's say, you click on a URL and now you want to scroll your this horizontal bar, right? Somewhere or top, bottom, wherever you want to. You can just go ahead and subscribe to the scroll event as well. So this is related to your router events, how they are called in sequence. And now we will go ahead and talk about the route cards. While working with router events, it is also possible to listen to a specific event. As we saw, there were multiple events which were getting fired, right? But in case I want to, let's say, show a loader when navigation start and show up and remove the loader when navigation ends, how you will be able to do that? So we can actually achieve that by using some.
Wait, I'm sorry. When did he put this console log here? When did he put that console log? Oh, I've got it there too. I didn't even notice that. Okay. All right, keep going.
Something like this. So I'll just rewrite this code, or let me just keep it here so you can refer this while revisiting the code. And let's try to listen to the specific event. Navigation start, navigation, and that's it. So we'll say this.
Switch this over to that. I'm doing this at the same time. So we're down here. Where is it?
Dot router dot events dot. Now, as we said, we need to listen to specific events. So I don't want to go ahead and listen to all the events and then filter out. We will be using RxJS. Remember, little bit difficult, but with some practice, you will figure out how to use RxJS. So here I'll be using pipe, and inside pipe I'll be using filter operator. So let's see if it is, yeah, it is from RxJS. And in filter, I'll say this event, which is instance of, I'll say navigation start. Right, so I'm just listening to the navigation start event, and then I can subscribe, and here let's say console. Sorry. I'll say this is navigation start, and we can remove this, I think. Let's see. And we can say console.log. And now you can actually write a code here to show a loader navigation start date. Right, and then I can just use another event where I'll say navigation end, and I'll say navigation completed.
Oh, we're doing 2 of these? Okay, wait, hang on. So hang on. Navigation started. Squillions. There we go. Okay, whatever. Instance of navigation start. Filter. Pipe. You know, everything's all squirrely looking. Filter. Filter event. Filter event. Instance of navigation start. Navigation start. Let's get this the same way so you can see everything's the same. Event. Blah, blah, blah. Console.log. Bing. Okay. Alright, cool. So what's the deal? Why are you having a cow? Jeez, what's up? Add import from RJSXO. I don't remember what it is. Shoot, is it RJSX or RJSX internal operators filter? I don't know. We're gonna do that. What's going on with you? Okay, great. All right. So now we snatch that, copy that, plop plop, and we paste that. Ta-da. That pipe filter. Okay, we're doing this. Okay, let's change the thing around. Okay, pipe filter. Instance of navigation start, navigation end. End. Subscribe. Console log navigation completed. Let's see. All right, completed. Blah 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 blah. Oops, wrong one. Right one. All right, cool.
Let's go ahead and see if it works. Right, so let's inspect.
All right, let me navigate to the same spot. Where are we even going? Employee. Okay, employee. Oh, I'm sorry. Where did send message come from? Is there like a whole like 2 hours that I missed or something? Where did this button come from? Oh my god, we have a new button on the page. We have a new button on the page, and we have a form that was made that's mysteriously just showed up. Oh my god. Okay. What is going on? All right, so hang on. 1300. What is going on for real? Hey, let me scroll back. Show me the last place you had. Menu, rooms, employee, add room. Rooms, employee, add room, bookings. This is before bookings. We don't have bookings here. Let's hang on. Let me go speed run you.
So
We
it
don't
was
care
small.
what he's
So
saying
you can see
here.
I
just
just
wanna
changed the background
see-
color of this particular input
Matter of
control
fact,
by
just
using.
be quiet. I just want to see how, because where did this button? I mean, what's going on? There's content that's missing from this video, or I'm losing my mind. I could be losing my mind. We got a lot going on. Let's see what's happening here. I got buttons showing up on pages. I got forms showing up on pages. So did he do something? Did I miss something? I mean, I'm at hour 13. What's okay? So we're gonna scroll back to hour 11 and a half and see maybe there's something that he added and I wasn't paying attention. Let's see. We're just gonna run him at double the speed here. See if we can't track this down. We're gonna do this until we get to 1300. Oh my god. Where did that button come from? Maybe I need coffee, man. Maybe I need more coffee. I don't know what's going on. Alright, so you're talking about all that stuff. Talking about. Okay. Buttons are showing up, forms are showing up. I'm like, what? What are you doing to me, bro? What are you doing to me? Oh
You
my
should go
goodness.
now. Run. No, I won't leave you here. We can run together. Listen, if we run together, they will shoot us from behind. We both die. So, how's about you here? They will kill you. No, don't worry about me. I will hold them. I want you to promise me to survive, to take this message for our country.
Directive. Okay.
The parameter will be the actual value. So I can say okay, this dot color. And let's see. We will achieve the same thing. So we have now the same available. The background color available as well.
Very groovy.
So this is the simple example, right? How you can actually change the behavior of your DOM element by using the element and the render. But in case we want to actually do something based on the event which will happen on your parent control. Simple example can be, let's say, whenever you hover above your rows, right? So you have a table, and whenever you hover above your rows, you should probably change or highlight that particular row. Common example, right? So how you can do that? So I'll just take an example of host listeners. So host listeners are actually used to listen to any event which is happening on your parent component, the component where this particular directive is applied. So let's see what we can do here. So here I'll just copy the same, and I'll say okay, whenever we hover, change the background color to green. So on mouse enter, my background color will be changed to green. Let's go ahead and verify. And you can see on hover, let's refresh again, and on hover, the background color is changed to green. Similarly, we can listen to mouse leave event. So we can say again on mouse leave, just go ahead and make this to white. So as soon as I leave, it becomes white. So you can see I can actually go ahead and do that as well by using the host listener. So host listener will listen to any event which is happening on the component where this particular directive is applied. What else? So you can also pass the properties, input properties, to your directives as well as output properties, because as I said, it's same, right? I mean, the value references, it doesn't have a template to deal with. So here, let's try to convert this color. So now the user or developer can decide which color to pass. So I'll say, okay, this is now input, which is of type color, and by default it's red in case someone does not pass it. If I pass it, so let's say this is input, sorry, this is color. We can actually just avoid this box property. I can say color equals to, and because this is going to be a string value, so I can say okay, for this, just use color is equals to green, And for this, use still
All right,
another
we're making
one of my favorite colors.
email password form, login
And here it is. So
form.
you can see, let's refresh again. So now we are able to pass the default color to
That's
your
great.
directive by using by making the input as input property. What else we can achieve? I'll show you one more thing which can be done. So is it possible that I can just combine my input properties with my selector as well? How? Let's do that. So there are multiple ways. You can actually just do it by using this. So you can keep your input name as same as your selector, and let's change this. And once it is done here, we will go to this, and now and say H green and simple. So I'll say it's equals to still. Let's see if it works.
I wish I could speed this up to like
You can see still works, right?
2.5
So we are now what we have
or
done is
3x.
now we are not using any extra variable. So we are using the same variable name to actually capture the color as well by using the same input property as of my selector property. This is something which can be achieved. So there's another hack, but I will not tell you because that's what you can say. That's a linting error in most of the that's a linting error. You should not do it. But yeah, so this is another example how you can actually deal with directives. So what we did here is we created a directive, we applied the directive to our components, and we discussed about element ref renderer 2, the APIs which you can use to change the behavior of your DOM. Then we discussed about host listener, how you can actually listen to any event which is happening on your component where your directive is applied. So directives are some what directive is? It's a helper function for your components or for any DOM element. So in this video, we will see how we can utilize the custom directives to create a custom validator for your components. This technique can be applied on any template-driven forms. So let's go ahead and do that. So first, we will create a directive. So I'll create folder, and let's create an email validator. So as we said, our username is email. So if we detect a text called test in the email, we will say okay, this user is not valid. So let's see. I'll call it as email validator, and then we have to create
Email validator. Okay.
GD, and I'll call this as email validator. So how to add this? So remember, so in case you're trying to implement a custom validator for your template-driven forms, you have to implement something known as a validator.
Hang on, let me make it big.
It should be the class, so it should be extend.
Email
There are two things.
validator.
So let me just
Yeah, email
let's create this
validator.
validator which will be used for our use case. There is a class called validators which we'll use with reactive forms. So let's implement validator and see what we need to do. So we have to add something like this. I'll just copy this and then we'll talk about it. So here you can see I'm adding a providers, and we are saying provide ng validators use existing, where you will provide this class, and then you will say multi2. What is the purpose? Let's we'll talk about it. And this validator class actually gives you a validate method which has signature like this, so it gives you control validation errors. So this is the interface, right? So this is the function which is provided by interface. Let's talk from top to bottom what we have done. Angular already has like all the built-in validators, right, which we have seen, email, required, and patterns, everything. In case we want to actually add our own validator, we have to actually let Angular know that we are adding our own validator by using an injection token. Remember, we did it for HTTP interceptor. We added our HTTP interceptor as part of the Angular's interceptor queue. So similarly here, what we are doing is we are adding our validator into all the existing validators which exist. And for that, we are saying whenever I try to use this particular selector, you have to go ahead and add this particular class as part of the validators which exist. That's why we are saying multi2, because it's not object, it's an array. It's an array of all the validators which exist. Now here you can see it returns with a null or validation errors. Validation errors is type of key and value. So here we can do something like this. This abstract control actually gives you the value of the control. This is base class for most of the classes related to forms. Remember this one thing. There is no difference between template-driven and reactive forms, right? Because the APIs are same. So the core APIs are same. That's the only way the flavor changes, right? I mean, what we have seen till now is template-driven form where we did everything on HTML. We will see reactive form and you will know the difference. But right here we'll do something like this. We'll say control, and this is a input control. So I'll say okay, if this control.value. Now you can see I'm not able to get anything after this. Why so? So if you see the value is type of any. If I need or if you want the typings, I'll suggest doing this. So you can actually do create control.value. As we know that we are going to get string, just typecast it as string, and now we can do something like this. Value dot. Now you can see I'll say okay, if it includes the word test, I will return. So this is how you will return an email validator. So you say email validator, and then it's key value. So I can say email valid email 2, and sorry, let's say invalid email 2. And if there is no error, it means we can return null. So you can see the typing error is gone here. And let's apply this validator now to email and see if we get the error we are looking for. So now let's go back to login component, apply this with this one, and we will take hashtag email equals to ng model, right? So we have seen how to get the access to this particular control, and now here we can do div email dot errors and pipe JSON. Let's go ahead and verify the code. Now we have this. I'll type test at the rate gmail.com. Let's see. There's an error. Cannot assign value variable email template variables are read only. Where I'm trying to assign value. Email dot errors email. It's probably name. Let's stop the server and start again. Probably I changed some variable and it crashed. Let's verify it again. So I'm saying email control because probably I said email. Yeah. So now we have null, so it means
We need to rebuild
that's
the
what
app.
we can say invalid email too. So we have the validation error available here, and what we just did is we added our custom validation to this particular control by using a custom directive. And now you can just go ahead and add this validator. It is reusable, right? So you can actually go ahead and use this custom directive any value you want within your application. And this is it from the custom writing your own validate it using custom directory. We are back to the routing part. Remember, I said we will create some views using template forms, and then we'll be back to the routing. And the place where we left is route service. So let's go ahead and see an example how we can actually use route service, and a small example. So far, we have done some navigation, right? So we have used routlink to navigate to whatever view we want to. But in case we want to do it programmatically, it means, let's say we have some logic, and after that logic is satisfied, we want to navigate to some other view. That's why we create a login component. So remember, we just added this alert login successful. But in case I want to redirect to rooms after we are logged in, how we'll do that? So Angular has a service called router. So let's go ahead and see. We'll use route, this type of router, and it comes from Angular/router. So you can see this. And now let's see how we can navigate. There are many methods which this particular API exposes. So I'll say route dot, and we will be using navigate. So in navigate, you can just pass the URL where you want to redirect. So I can say I want to redirect to rooms. And the thing is, you can pass the commands as well. So for example, if I want to say room/add, I can do something like this. Let's try this out. We already have a URL called room/add. So let's provide admin@gmail.com, and this will be admin, right? So and let's click on login.
Oh, maybe I need to log in as an admin in order for the form to show
There's
up.
another API called navigate by URL as well. So you can see in this case, you can just give the URL. So you can say it will be slash.
Okay, wait. Is that what's going on? Let's see. Do I need to log in? Oh, there's no login button. How come there's no login button? Okay, wait, this doesn't make sense. Hang on, hit this. Admin at, what do we call it? I have no idea. I don't remember. I know the password was admin at desk.com. I don't remember. Email true. Admin at admin.com. admin. Got nothing. They should at least tell me that the login was incorrect. Oh, I don't remember, man. Okay, let's
Slash rooms/add.
Oh, it's right there on the screen. admin at admin. There we go. Okay, so now we're logged. Alright, so log in. Click on add room. It's going to get. It's just gonna add that goofy default room because that's what's set on here. Now I got 3,400, 3,000% here. Oh my god. Yeah, you skipped something, buddy. Let's keep going.
And let's see. Let's remove this and go back to the login page. And now we are back to the room/add. So only thing is the difference is between navigate by URL and navigate is navigate by URL will take the list of commands. So whatever you're passing inside. So let's go back to navigate. So here we are passing the list of actions, or you can say commands, and navigate method will create the entire URL first. In navigate by URL, we are saying okay, this is the URL, just go ahead and redirect. So that's it. So this is about route service. We will see more about route service soon, but not right now. In this video, we are going to talk about feature module and routing. So remember, so far.
The
Remember,
child
so far
used to
we have
configure
module,
the
right? We
routes.
just have an app module which is available inside our code, and that's it. But over the period of time, the app module becomes like a huge code base that it really becomes difficult to
Great
manage.
feature.
So that's why I think
Configure routing.
So feature
Okay,
module, concept of feature module.
this sounds like this is where this would have been.
Together in a single module. For example,
At
if they are related.
1200.
So if they are related. For example, rooms. So what I can do is I can create another module, move everything related to rooms inside that particular component. Inside that particular module. The advantage is in case I want to use that particular module or some logic from that particular module, it becomes really easy to share those things. Also, in future, in case we want to lazy load that particular module, which we'll talk about lazy load, so don't worry about what lazy load is right now. But in case you want to do that, it really becomes easy to achieve lazy loading if you already have feature module. I always suggest whenever you are working on some application, try to create your components and wrap it together using feature modules, or you can say modules. There is also a concept called SCAM, which says single component module, which prefers that you should have, for every component, you should have a module. That's also a very good thing to do. I mean, in case you have a large application with like thousands of components, where it really becomes difficult to actually see where this particular component will be used, and then we end up with like huge code base with a single module with thousands of components inside it, and all the components being loaded by default, increasing your entire application size. So always start with like, think about, okay, if I'm creating this component, where this component should fit in. Does it need a module, separate module? Just go ahead and do that. In case it is already related to some feature, just go ahead and add that particular component to that feature module. So let's start by actually breaking our rooms component. because remember, in most of the application, let's say if you get assigned to any project, this may be a problem that some feature is already created but everything is registered inside app module. So the first way I'm going to show you is how you will fix the scenario where you have some such concept, right, where you have everything available into app module. For just example, our rooms. Right now, everything related to rooms is actually registered into app module. We can actually remove that feature and create another module for rooms, right? So let's go ahead and start with that. So here we already have rooms folder. What I need to do is I need to create a module. How you will create a module is ngGmm for module and then just give rooms. And I'll pass a flat equals to true. Otherwise it will create a folder which we don't want to. We want that rooms module should be available here. So we got our rooms module. We also wanted one more thing. We wanted that rooms should have a routing module as well. Similar to what we have outside here, app routing module. So we want that rooms also should have a routing module. And we will say flat true and let's see. So there is a flag to actually override. I'm just looking for that particular flag, force. So I'll say hyphen force. So it will override the existing file. So we will have rooms module, routing, flat true, unknown option. Okay, sorry. This is hyphen flat equals to true, and then we have hyphen force. Merge conflicted, rooms module. Let's see. Okay, let's delete this file right now. Okay, so what we get is rooms module and rooms routing module, similar to app module.
Rooms module, rooms routing module. Okay. Rooms module, rooms routing module. Okay, I got both those. All right, cool.
And app routing module. But remember this, we'll talk about this part for child. Let's hold on. First, let's talk about this rooms module. Now, what we have to do is we have to move everything related to rooms out of app module to here. So let's go ahead and do that. So we have rooms list component. Let's do that. And what else we have?
Oh, out of app module. So all right, this is one thing I don't like is that he doesn't show both of the files simultaneously. And for my brain, that would work better. So split this, bring this over here so I can see this at the same time. So let's see. Oh, that's app component, not app module. What was that? I don't care about that. App module. All right. Oh, interesting. So let's go back and redo that again.
So we have rooms
components for an app module. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Let's see. We're in app module, and let's see. Rooms modules behind here, and we are looking at app component, just verifying that we did move everything over. Rooms component, rooms list component. Yep.
Rooms list component. Let's do that. And what else we have? Employee, rooms booking, rooms add. So
yeah, rooms booking, rooms add. Okay.
And let's remove this code. So you can see just by creating another component, I have removed like almost 10 lines of code from here, from your app module. So now this is step one. So now let's go ahead and add this, all this here. All these components are added here. And our application will break right now. So let's go ahead and see what is happening here. And let's try to click on add rooms. You can see nothing is getting loaded and you may get some exceptions. So
yeah, pause that. Let's go back. Hang on. Let's put it back to normal speed because I just saw something. So let's go here. Yeah, add room should be a freaking form. Right, that's the form. Add room is a form. And then you see the rooms on the room page. So here at 12 we had the actual form. Because if I go here and I click add room, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at a duplicate of the rooms view. I'm not seeing the ad. I'm not seeing the form. Why am I not seeing the form? So this is broken. All right, so let's go look at this. Let's reload this and see what the deal is.
And let's try to click on add rooms. You can see
If you
nothing is
break
getting
the
loaded,
form,
and you may
just
get some
level
exceptions.
12, that was
So
pointing to the
it
room,
need
bad
development,
room.
but it's okay. But you can see, I mean, there's nothing which is getting loaded because, of course, there is a lot of errors, a lot of compilation errors. So let's go ahead and try to fix those. I mean, the one thing about refactoring, I'm also trying to show you how to refactor the code base. You are probably, I mean, it's a good thing. You should always revisit your code base. So I'm just trying to tell you how you generally go ahead and refactor the code base. So now we have a lot of errors. Don't be scared whenever you see such errors. Don't be scared. I mean, it's absolutely fine. That's the first step. If you are scared, I mean, of course, you will end up you will roll back the code base and you will be in the same mess as you were earlier. So now let's close this and let's try to see what needs to be done more, right? So we have moved all the components here now, right? So we have all the components here, and now as we have created just a feature module, what we can do is we can actually go ahead and register this rooms module into this app module. So what we have done is
Module, okay, app module, rooms module. Yeah. So we got that. That's where you're at. Rooms module view, right?
done is we have this.
Where you at? You're in. I can't see where you're at. This damn thing is annoying. Okay, import. Okay, imports. I got you.
This app module. So what we have done is we have removed some code from your app module, and then we created another module. And as we want that module to be available everywhere, we have just registered that module here, rooms module. So let's go ahead and compile this code again. So what you can do is you can actually put some of your reusable code inside a module, and then you can just use that module wherever you want to. In case, let's say, you have a component to show a table, right? And what you can do is that table is getting used like at many places. So what you can do is you can just create that particular component with table and a module, and then you can just use that module everywhere where you want to. Now let's go ahead and see the errors. So there are multiple errors. So it says rooms add component, no directive found for ng form. Now, once you create a module, there are few things which you have to keep in your mind. Now, this components which are available here, they are using some specific modules. For example, this error which says, okay, there's no directive found with export as ng form, it means we are using form functionality here, but that form functionality is not available. How you can do that? We have already learned about it. So what we have to do is we have to go ahead and add into imports. We have to say forms module. So you will see each error gone one by one. So now the first error will be gone, so it will be recompiled, failed to recompile, and now there is another error. It says this header component is not part of this module. Now we are using this header component in rooms component.html. This is really good use case for a reusable module. As rooms component, this header component can be used at multiple places. We cannot just register it inside the main module, app module. Otherwise, it won't be available for other modules which is created. For example, rooms. So what we can do is, in such cases, the same example which I was giving, a reusable table which can be used. So here, what I can do is I can just go to header. I can say open an integrated terminal and create a module here. So I'll say this is header -- flat. But I don't need a routing module here because this is just a reusable component. It does not contain any component which can be accessed by route. The reason I created inside room is there are components which can be accessed by route, by URLs. So we will also move the logic related to the URLs inside its own module to avoid writing so much code inside your app module. Now let's register this header component here. Now once we do this, you will start getting an error. So the thing is, one component can be registered as part of only one module. Remember this, keep in your mind. So here, this header component is actually, if I do this, sorry, if I do here, I register this header module, and let's add this header module here. So the thing is, your imports or your modules can be added into multiple places, right? And that's the whole you can say that's the whole core about creating the module. So you can actually reuse things around your entire application into multiple modules. But I cannot register, or I cannot actually import. Sorry, I cannot register a component multiple times. So if I have added declarations header component into declarations array here, I cannot add it into here. So if I do this, that's an error. So here, let's remove this hover header component from here, right? So header component is removed, and now it's only available at one place. But let's see if it fixes our issues. So I'll just compile it again. It will not. So the answer is it will not. So we'll see how we can fix that. So now let's let it give us the error first. Now it says
Yeah, ngserve minus O. Let's see something. Am I? Oh, wait, where's the music? Oh my god. Yes, play the fucking music.
You should go now.
Oh my god, YouTube is irritating.
I won't leave you here.
Yeah, your music is fun. Okay, so they're playing games. I see what's going on.
They will shoot us from behind. We both die. So, how's about you here? They will kill you. No, don't worry about me. I will hold them. I want you to promise me to survive, to take this message for our country.
All right, hang on. So let's. What was the thing again? Oh yeah. Okay, so let's switch this to Hang on. What do I want to do? Switch you over. Do this, and then I want to bring this back in. I want to make you big. So I'm gonna make you just tall, right? All right. So I want to say, oh wait. I want to stop you. Oh, here. Stop you. See, there we go. I want to clear you. I'll go. ngserve. ngstart and ngserve and do the same thing. Let's see. Maybe it will compile with errors and show me. What's out of whack? Of course not. It doesn't go along yet automatically though, but oh boy. Admin. Right. And admin is not right, so nah. Nothing. Okay. Find out what the deal
says,
is
okay,
here.
this header is still not found. The reason being, in case
Alright, so he's told.
if you are using a component outside
Let's
this
just
module,
roll.
so this header component is actually used inside Rooms module. So you have to also add it to exports. It means I'm exporting this particular component, so anyone outside this module can also access to this particular element. Remember this, whenever you are creating reusable components, this is the thing which you should do. You should always add it to exports array so it can be accessed outside, otherwise it won't be available. Now let's go ahead and see our output, and it is compiled successfully. So let's see if our application works. Rooms worked, add rooms worked, employee worked, login worked. Let's try the functionality. looks like something is broken, but okay. It says includes this. This is
I'm done.
right. So it is giving us error. What was the win? Was that right? And now it works as well. So entire functionality is working again. What we have done here is we have created a
So irritating.
was that right? And now it works.
Look at that. Look at add room. Add. Hang on. So let's go here. We click this. Yeah. What the hell? What the hell? What is this madness?
It works as well. So entire functionality is working again. What we have done here is we created actually two feature module. One to show the scenario where we will not have any routing module. We will have a component which is reusable and can be accessed outside of its own module. So it's not going to be used inside its own module, right? Header module. And then we saw another example where we created a rooms module. We moved all the components which is related to rooms module inside its own module. And that's it. And then we also added the modules which is required here. For example, it was using the forms functionality, it was using the header component, so we added both the modules to make it successful. Always read the errors. Remember, whenever you are refactoring the code, always read the errors. What is that? All the errors are readable, so you know what is going wrong. Now let's go ahead and let's move ahead and also try to move this rooms related routes to its own module. So we already have this module available. We'll remove it from here. So you can see how easily we are able to remove a lot of code from our app module and app routing module. And we will add it here. So rooms component, rooms add component, and booking component. Once done.
All right, hang on. Rooms routing module. Rooms routing. Okay, app routing module. App routing. Rooms routing. Rooms routing. Rooms routing. Rooms routing. Camera routing. Rooms booking. Path. Rooms. Component. Rooms component. Children. Path. Room ID. Component. Rooms booking component. Rooms add component. Rooms add component. Rooms add component. Rooms add component. Where is this? Rooms add. Rooms add component. Can I get there from here? Can I do this? Yeah. Rooms add component. This.room service add room. Subscribe add room. What is it? Success room added. Add room. What is this? Add room. Room list. API rooms. So that's sensitive backend.
Once done, you will see a difference that in app routing module we always use for root, and whenever you have a feature module with routing, it will always use for feature. Sorry, for child. The reason being, your for root is like it's a singleton service, so you are adding all the routes inside a singleton service. So we are saying for root, it means these are the routes which are available globally, and all other routes is part of your feature modules. They can be accessed from within your feature or once they are registered. So here we have 3 routes which are available, and the way it works is routing module is actually registered here. You can see imports. We have added a rooms routing module. So now these routes are also registered, but there is a catch. There's a catch. Let's see. We have added rooms module here. Let's go ahead and see if our application works. It will break. So just to give you an idea. So you can see if I try to access employee, it works. If I try to access rooms, it says resource you're looking for does not exist. Same for add room. What's happening here? The routes exist, yes, but why we are getting 4? Let's go back, revisit the basics.
Yeah, let's go back and look at that. This is where it broke. Okay. Let's go back and look at that. Right. That's where that broke. App module. Imports. Rooms module. Okay, I need to put you down here so you look like the same thing. So hang on. I don't have time to be hunting for you, man. Ain't nobody got time for that. That looks longer than mine. Header, rooms, norms, mat list, mat icon, mat side, mat button, mat create tool, layout, browsers, client, app route. No, it's not. Okay, whatever.
Remember when we were talking about this routing, right? We talked about this wildcard.
Oh, you had a wildcard? Where did wildcard come from? App routing module. App routing module. Yeah, wildcard. Yep. Yeah, hey, we need to get into this. Talk.
We said it will go sequentially from top to bottom. Let's go to app module and try to figure out why it is happening.
Wait, he doesn't have a booking here. I see redirect 2. The booking isn't there. Interesting. He hasn't gotten to that part yet. Okay, let's keep going.
Wildcard. We said it will go sequentially from top to bottom. Let's go to app module and try to figure out why it is happening. So all the import statements are also executed sequentially. So you can see it goes to app routing module first. And goes to app routing module. It says, okay, employee, login, this default route, and then start. It says, okay, any other route is not available here right now. So how to fix it? So in case you have feature modules with its own routing, you should always register this. You should always register your feature modules before app routing module. Just remember this. Because of course,
that was there for a purpose. Interesting.
of course, when you start learning Angular, you will get this error. You will get, okay, why my routes are not working? This might be one of the reasons that you are getting 404 pages. Let's go back, and that's it. Everything back.
Oh my god! And then there's his form. Wait. Oh my god! There's the form. So the form was working at 12. What the hell? Oh my god. Okay.
Back to normal, and your functionality works. So this is how you can create a feature module, and also how you can create a feature module with its own routing module. So remember, right now what we just did is we refactored a code base to make it more what you can say flexible, more extensible. So in
That's right.
case anyone wants to actually make changes to related rooms, they know that they have to just make changes inside this particular folder. That's the whole idea about creating this small feature modules, right? People know where to make the changes. They don't have to touch the entire application. They don't have to make changes into app module every time. That's a really bad structure. In case you get into some code base where everything is added into app module, of course, the first thing you should suggest is to refactor that code base by splitting them into different feature modules. The advantage is, of course, the code is more maintainable, and we can also do lazy loading, which we will see later on. Now in this video, we will see how we can do nested routes and we can load child routes. So let's try to understand what we mean by nested routes, right? So we can load another route inside an existing route. That's nested routes, and it can have some child routes as well. So let's go ahead and try to figure out scenario. So here, so you have this book room, right? So right now, if I click on this book room, it is going to another view altogether, right? So all the existing view is lost. So what in case you get a requirement that when you click on this book room,
Yeah. So wait, let me let me explain for a moment. So I'm trying to catch up to. I'm trying to get. I started this stream at 1300, right? With the goal of just getting to 1400, right? But I noticed that my add room button. I'll switch over to add room. My add room button here is going to this view, which is in fact the view for rooms. So I'm trying to figure out where did that get broken? Because his add room button, if you caught it a moment ago, goes to the form to add a new room right on the list. But originally, before the form was created, you just hit this little button and it would just create just a default bit of input to create a new room. Hence the long list of basic room that you see here. So I'm trying to figure out how did that get broken, and when did that change happen? Because I know we made this particular change, and full disclosure, hey, maybe I didn't have enough caffeine in me actually when he was doing this in order for me to, maybe I was editing the wrong component when, I was editing add room when I should have been editing rooms in order to make the little modifications he wanted done on that particular view. I don't know. That's likely the case, but I'm trying to rewind to get past to find out where I made this mistake, where he made the mistake. Most likely I made the mistake. We're gonna catch that up. So so now the errant bit of code is hiding somewhere between here, 12 after 12 and 13 and 13. So that's what I'm up to right now. So I'm saying all that to say I've been running him back, speeding hn up on speed run here in order to catch up. So that's what's going on. I like this uneven. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I think I have the wrong thing rendering, and I'm just trying to remember where the heck, where that change was made, where that little switch was made. So here we go. 45 minutes at twice the speed. So or 1.5 the speed, whatever. 213. Here we go.
The another view should open below this particular table, so you can just fill out all the details and complete the booking. You don't have the form, of course. We will add the form later on, but let's try to build this scenario.
Oh wait, we don't have the form. We'll add the form later on. But see, that's another thing too, because I have noticed throughout this whole, 17 hour ordeal here, sometimes he does things out of order, right? He'll have a concept that he's describing at hour 5 or whatever, and on hour 7 there'll be some little doodad or something that you saw was functional in hour 5, where he's actually building it out in hour 7, right? So that has happened. So I'm trying to figure is that what happened, right? Or what? Anyway, so let me keep going here.
Are you using the nested routes concept? So let's go back to our code. Let's see where the routing exists. So our routes are here. So what we want is this room.
All right, hang on. So routes. All right. So rooms routing switch. All right, where are we at? We are in rooms routing module. Rooms routing module. There we go. Rooms. Looking component. Rooms. Okay. So then this whole super, yeah, because it gets to the child thing here. All right, cool. So let's see what's going on here.
So room/add should be loaded on below, sorry, not on, but below this particular table. So we can do that. So here you can use something known as children property, and you can move this route inside this children property.
All right, so I have been here. Children, path. Oh wait, what's going on here? Rooms component, rooms add. Oh wait, he just moved that right in there, didn't he? Interesting. All right, does he move it back? Hang on, let me keep going. Where are we at? 12, 13?
So this is step 1. Once we have done this, let's see. Right? Still, it is getting loaded on another view because we are referring to the wrong view altogether. So this is the path which we needed, room/id. Now let's go ahead and see here. You can see when you click on this, it goes to this room/1, but it says the resource you are looking for does not exist. This is strange because we said room/id is already configured and it should go to rooms booking component, but this is not happening.
Hang on, let me make him bigger. Maybe we got him in a little corner there.
So now we have to do one more thing. We have to go ahead and tell where to actually load this rooms booking component by placing another router outlet. So let's see how it behaves now. So let's go to rooms. Let's click on book room. Let's see what's different here. Okay, so now as we are already inside rooms, so we have to remove this. Okay, let's see rooms. So because it's child, right? So it's child route, so we have to remove this slash as well. Now let's click on rooms and click on book room. You can see this component is actually getting loaded. Let's put some more content here. So I'll say booking. So this is H1 booking room. So it is visible, right? So you can see. So booking room 2. Click on any room you want to book, and it.
Okay, so we get that. So the book room thing is here under /rooms. Right, so switch back. So right now I'm in rooms add, which looks identical to rooms, right? Which it should, that rooms add should be a form, but we'll get back to that. All right, so now we got this crazy mess. So booking room, book rooms, that show up about? Nope. But I do get this up here. So why is that not showing up down here? Booking room, booking room, booking room. We don't see any of those. They don't show up. Oh, because I moved it up there. That's why. I remember moving that up there. Okay, cool. So that tracks. That functionality is there. And I'm in rooms, right? I'm in rooms, add rooms, book room. Okay, cool. All right, let me swap back to him again. It's not in the oh man, nested routes should be the right section, so I have a good feeling you're about to play. Yeah, I hope so. It's not in the V children array nor the children array. I'm learning a new keyboard layout. And is the form supposed to replace all of it? No. So, well, not on this, not on the rooms view, right? So the rooms view, which we're at here, is okay, right? I mean, this should look like this, but this add room route, that should not look like this. I click here, I should, instead of seeing this, I should see a form. Excuse me. I should see a form, which is this stuff, right? Like, you know, room amenities, check-in time, rating, etc. You know, a form. But instead, I click here, and when I go to the route for rooms add, I'm looking at the rooms view. So anyway, I'm trying to figure out, was that one of his, you know, prior lessons where he was showing us something weird or something? I don't remember. Because I've been switching back from, like, I'm only getting back to this 17-hour ordeal now. 2 days ago, I was doing this, God man, 2 week long, or was it a week long or 2 week long? I think it was 2 week long. Next.js based app thing that I was building out. For some reason I got detoured into that thing, but now I'm back on this to finish this up, hopefully today, but definitely this week. So only 4 more hours left. So I'm saying all that to say, like, I can't freaking remember. That's right, which is why I gotta rewind the video. All right, let me get back into it.
And it will be displayed just below the table wherever you have placed the router outlet. So remember, two steps which is needed in case you want to do nested routing. So why it is nested routing? Because you can see this is already available inside a router outlet, and then we are loading another router outlet here. So let's try to understand this template, right? So here we can see this is our first app, and then you have the sidebar, and we have the first router outlet here, and then there is another router outlet which is available here. So it is nested, right? So what you so understand the nesting.
Right, I remember
one
this
thing,
part.
Same thing again available inside same thing. So router outlet again available inside router outlet. That's nesting. And as it is getting loaded as part of this existing component, it's part as it is treated as a children routes. So you can see this is children, and then we are saying when we click on room/id, so we don't have to specify room/id again here. We can just say :room ID, and that particular component will be loaded wherever we place this particular router outlet. So if I place it above here, so you can see booking room, this one, right? So whatever room you select, it will be loaded here. So this is how you can achieve nested routes and children routes. You can play more. I mean, you can actually experiment by creating more child component, and see how we can load them. You can load multiple, so it's not like only this will be loaded. You can actually add multiple here. I can just do one second. I can, where is that loading? Yeah. I can also move this one and sorry, inside this array, and I can remove this and I can say slash. So now it is also child component. So the only thing is actually add room is available here. So if you try to click, so let's go to room and let's click on add room. You can see
Listen, if we run together,
That's suspicious. Let's see. Right? That's suspicious. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Is this where everything get crazy? So, okay. So I had add room here. Rooms ID component. Did we even have that? Wait. Hang on, but let's
And
go
it's
back.
correct.
Oh, wait, go back. Pause
Inside
that.
this array.
Nope, pause that. All right. So, okay. Room ID. Wait. Rooms booking component. Yeah, we don't even need that because that's that. So why is that still there? Sus. Yeah, wait. Let's switch that back a little bit. He's talking. Right. So at some point he hit that and got rid of this. Didn't catch that because that is in fact the child component here. Aha. Okay.
And we can just say colon room ID, and that particular component will be loaded wherever we place this particular outer outlet. So if I place it above here, so you can see how you can achieve by this will be loaded. You can actually add.
Okay. Let's get back to this.
I can also move this
Here
one.
we go. Here we go.
And, sorry, inside this array, and I can remove this and I can say slash. So now it is also child component. So the only thing is actually add room is available here. So if you try to click, so let's go to room and let's click on add room. You can see let's do it on this one. Just do this, and here on rooms component.html on add room, this one, right? So on add room, let's do.
Where are you at? Rooms component. Okay, now you're moving around. He'll get into this too, where he'll start, and you'll see this. He'll start kind of getting into focus mode, and he'll just start changing stuff without really talking about what he's changing. Let's see. What's up? So rooms dot component. Oh no, wait, wrong one. That's not what I wanted. I wanted rooms. Oh no, rooms component. Oops, rooms. What can I type? Rooms dot component. Component HTML. That's what I wanted. Let's see view. Okay, so all right. So where you at, bud? So 21. Effectively, okay. Click button. Add room. All right. What you about to do here?
Do route link. So we'll say this is route link, and I'll say this is room slash add. Let's verify if it is.
I didn't see that before. Okay. Alright, we're gonna follow along here. Our link equal add, right? And follow along with the crazy sauce here. We're going to
Where am I?
what was that? That was same thing as before. Or did he put that back
I am
in
in
the other one?
heaven?
I want to see.
Yes.
Is that inside of the thingy? Yeah, I think that was inside the thingy, right? Because that doesn't like that. So you are telling me that you don't like that. So was that inside the thingy? That. And is that the deal? Yeah, that looked right. Okay. So let's scoot you over here. Can I just do this? Will I break the universe? Let's find out. Let's go back up here. Let's come back. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah. All right. Cool. You know what? Let's just go in because we have undo. Undo is our friend. So we got that. All right, so now we got this. All right, cool. I didn't have that there before, so maybe that's what I missed. Let's keep going.
On rooms component.html, on add room, this one, right? So on add room, let's do router link. So we'll say this is router link, and I'll say this is room slash add. Let's verify if it is correct. Rooms, okay, it's rooms slash add.
Oops, gotcha.
And let's try to add a room. Let's click on add room, and it says room slash add. The reason being because we are already
in that location, so we don't need that.
Here. Okay. Let's see. As we are already inside child, probably that is the issue. And here it is, right? So we click on add room and booking.
Okay, but wait. Yeah, yep, this is the crazy sauce. Because that route used to take you to the form. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so let's see what happens now that I've got that linked. Setups, I got rooms. Okay. Add room. Yeah, see rooms. Wait, what did he just hit? Hang on, let me go back.
The reason being because we are already here.
Right.
Let's see. As we are already inside child, probably that is the issue. And here it is, right? So we click on add room and booking.
Okay, rooms, add room. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is exactly what happened. So now if you go back to add room does not take you to the form anymore. Aha. Yes. Yes, he did. He did do that to me. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Oh man. And then wait, when we get to like 13 something, he's just gonna like navigate. You're gonna see him like navigate. I don't know if he's still around or whatever, but around 1340, he's navigating. He's just clicking on the thing, and the form is still there. And I'm like, wait, bro, wait, what happened to the form? Because we broke that link. What the heck? Yep, he did it to me. Okay, 1218. Man, I should make note of that. Yeah. Do I have my Emacs up? I don't have my Emacs up, do I? Where did I? Let's see. Hang on. Here we go. Bing. All right. So is that? Oh, good. I got it right here. All right. So yes, Angular. And where's the little? Fingers. All right. Open that up. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Yes. Even the conflicts. Fine. Okay. All right. So, all right. Lazy loading. Where are we at? This is 12:18. Aha. Okay. So, I need to put a note to myself. Okay. Note. Let's see. Look. Note. Add room. Form gets broken here. All right, there we go. All right, so this whole thing here is my gigantic updated timeline thingamabob for this video. As you can see here, the so timestamps on everything here, right? So as you can see here, this video doesn't have timestamps. It's just one gigantic time splits, I should say, right? It's just one gigantic video. Now, some folks have been pretty cool to add some timestamps down here in the bottom, but they're not as I feel they're not as detailed as the ones that I'm building out. So what I'm going to do is, besides these particular timestamps, is actually go back into this video. Split it and actually split it so that I can use it later on according to my timestamps. But anyway, so yep, there we go. There it is. He did it. He did it to me. All right, here we go.
And what is there inside to add? Rooms add. Okay, this is the form. Room/add. Where is this form gone?
Oh, okay, you noticed it.
This is good that we came across this issue.
Noticed it. Oh, you noticed it. Oh my god. Yes, he noticed it. Wait, I gotta rewind that. Wait, that's a good moment.
Okay,
Wait.
room add. Rooms add. Okay, this is the form. Room/add.
like,
Where
where's
is
the
this
form?
form gone?
Where's the form going?
Looking.
Looking. Wait. We gotta get you a normal audio now, buddy. Yep.
Okay, this is good that we came across this issue here. So the thing is, right now, if I say room/room ID or I say room/add, this /add can also match to this. The reason being, it's like it just uses that. Okay, I can say room/any placeholder and this will be called. So to avoid this, just make sure that you place add this before, and then you have dynamic routes after.
Ah, okay, so swap them, huh? Okay, so let's see this. We're gonna grab you, and we're gonna just scoot you up here. There we go. All right. Point and prettier. Okay. Is that
After
the
that,
deal?
oh, that's a really good thing that we actually came across this issue, because this is also one of the reason where a lot of developers get stuck. So what we have done is we are saying that add is first, so it will match to add. But if we place this one, I mean it's a wildcard, right? I mean it's a placeholder. So if I keep this first, it will also match to room/add, and it will always go to booking component. That was the thing. Now if I click on book room, you can see I'm going to this. If I click on add room, I can see the add room.
Ah, now he gets the okay. 1220. Okay. Hit that. Bing. Okay. 12, no, 19. Interesting. Okay. Yes. Alright, we'll say that. Okay. Alright. So, does it? Let's see. So, just switching that. Is that going to fix this here? Alright, sorry for the brightness. There we go! We have the phone! If I had the little soundboard thing set up, I'd press the button and you'd hear the chorus of people in the background going, yeah! There we go. 1220. There it is. Awesome sauce. Alright, groovy. Alright, so now we got rooms. We hit add form. We got our form. Okay. We go to regular add forms there. Nice. Alright, cool. Alright. What do we do when we have a yay moment? We make a commit. So, let's make this a little bit bigger down here. Alright. At all. Message. Add form. Fixed. At 12:20. 12:20, somewhere around there. Yeah, add form fixed 12:20. Alright, groovy. Alright, cool. Yeah, that go away. Alright, there we go.
Add room functionality available on this view itself. So this is how you can play around with multiple children components. You can add a number of children components in case you want to display them on the same view. You don't want to redirect to somewhere else. So this is how you can do it. And let's move. So far we have seen how
oh, actually 12:20 lazy loading starts at 12:20. Yeah, no, lazy loading starts at 12:20. Yeah, hang on. That's actually 4.30. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, some of the original timestamps are not right, so we're adjusting that as we go too. Alright, cool. Alright. Okay, so do I want to speed run through that 30 minutes just in case there's something that's sitting out there that I may have missed? Yeah, I think I'll do that. It's only 30 minutes, and then I'll skip back to where I was before. Yeah. All right. So let's do this. We're gonna speed him up. Okay.
Angular routing can help us to create several routes. And in last video, we also learned about how you can create modules. So as discussed, modules are something where we can actually wrap all the functionality related to a feature into its own module, right? In its own Angular module. But once your application grows, there will be many modules. And so the application size will grow as well. And one point of time, you will probably end up with huge main bundle size. So this is where we will talk a little bit about the build which we create for deploying on production. So far we have been using a command called ngserv, which is used to run this application locally and debug it. Now we will use another command to create a production build, which can be used to deploy your application on production. So to do that, I'm going to run a command called ng build, and you can say -c equals to production. Now what this command will do is it will build your application with production mode. So this whatever files which will be generated, it will be minified and it can be deployed on your production server. So let's see, it will take some time to generate the bundles. You will get several files, and we will talk about one main file which is called main.js. So here you can see you have main.js, which is around 476.91 KB. Right now our application is really small. I mean, it contains an app modules, a few components, and one module. Consider it like a huge enterprise application. Consider now in future you will end up with a huge enterprise application where you will probably have hundreds of modules, you will have thousands of components, even not that big, let's say in range of 100, right? So this
back in YouTube is doing this thing again. Okay. Yes, I want to play the music. Stop pausing my music.
Bundle size will increase, and this main.js is the file size which will be served to your customers. Now 476 KB is, it's okay, right? I mean, it will be pretty fast on your 4G network. But what in case you have this bundle size in MBs? And that's where the problem comes in. Now you will have a big bundle which needs to be loaded whenever your user comes to your portal. So they have to wait. They have to wait based on how much speed they have, right? How much the bandwidth they have. What you can do is using Angular router, you can also split the code. Let's go back to our application. So if you see here, the functionality related rooms. Do we think, I mean, this rooms functionality should be available by default to the users? The answer is no, right? I mean, of course, we have to actually go ahead and add few more functionality to our login screen, and that will be the first page which will be served to our customer. So without login, they cannot even use this rooms functionality, even employee functionality. So it doesn't make sense to actually give all this views with your main.js bundles. I mean, all this code is something which is useless at that time. Probably your user just comes to login page and goes away, and this code will never be used. So this is where actually Angular router can use Angular router can help us to split our code based on several routes. It has some advantages. Of course, this code will never be downloaded in case your user never comes to this particular route. And once the user visits this, it will be downloaded only once. So it's not like, I mean, if I just go to another route, this all code will be removed and then will be added back once we come back to this route. That's a no. So, but there are a few requirements which you have to fulfill to achieve this. What are those requirements? Remember, whenever you are trying to create a module as lazy loaded module, or you are trying to separate that code from all entire application, the first thing which you should think about is what are the things which needs to be reusable. If it's reusable, probably you have to rethink about your architecture. Let's say there is one component which is reusable from rooms. In that case, I will remove that from the rooms component. I will put it somewhere else, which is where we will put reusables, so I can use it inside rooms and other places as well. Never do something like this where you have rooms module lazy loaded and then there is one component which is being used somewhere else. In that case, you have to go ahead and import rooms module in that particular module, which will fail the purpose of having a lazy loaded module. So a lazy loaded module should be isolated. I mean, it should not talk to anyone else. It should know everything about itself, and once loaded, it should be able to perform all the functionality.
I'm gonna like hyper speed him to do him at twice the speed up to 1300, unless you want to hear this part, because really I wanted to get into 1308. Is it 1300? Where we at? 1300. Bam. Route guards is what I wanted to do today. So let me get back to where was it? 12:30. 12:30. So that's what I get for moving that doggone spot. Here we go. Let's see here. So let's see. Let's keep rolling. Unless you want to hear route guards at regular speed, I'm gonna double speed him until he gets to 1300, so I can get into unless you want to hear, unless you want to hear lazy loading at regular speed, I'm gonna double speed him up to 1300 so I can get into route guards. So let's see. Wop up. Wop up. That's just to double check, make sure I didn't miss anything.
But there are a few requirements which you have to fulfill to achieve this. What are those
Here we
requirements?
go.
Remember, whenever you are trying to create a module as lazy loaded module, or you are trying to separate that code from all entire application, the first thing which you should think about is what are the things which needs to be reusable. If it's reusable, probably you have to rethink about your architecture. Let's say there is one component which is reusable from rooms. In that case, I will remove that from the rooms component. I will put it somewhere else, which is where we will put reusables, so I can use it inside rooms and other places as well. Never do something like this where you have rooms module lazy loaded and then there's one component which is being used somewhere else. In that case, you have to go ahead and import rooms module in that particular module, which will fail the purpose of having a lazy loaded module. So a lazy loaded module should be isolated. I mean, it should not talk to anyone else. It should know everything about itself, and once loaded, it should be able to perform all the functionality. And your application should not know about this module until it is requested. So here we are talking about this code will be downloaded based on user interaction. So once I interact with this rooms module or rooms URL, the code will be downloaded. So let's go ahead and see what are the prerequisites. So first thing is, now as we have chosen the rooms module to be lazy loaded, the first thing is no one should know about rooms module. Remember last time what we did is we created a feature module for this rooms module and then we added it. So first step, remove this. Now no one knows about rooms module and it should not work, right? I mean, if I recompile the application, you can see there are a lot of errors because of course this rooms module is gone. I mean, no one knows about rooms module anymore. Now what's next? Now here in app routing module, we will add one part. Remember, we have already fulfilled one particular step. We have already isolated everything related to rooms module in its own module. So we are not sharing anything outside rooms module, right? So just keep that in your mind whenever you are designing this lazy loaded module for your application. Just keep this in mind. Here I'll say path rooms. You might be wondering why we are doing here, and we'll talk about it. So rooms, and then you have to use a property called load children. And here we'll say we will be using an import statement. So let's just talk about this. And okay, something is missing.
Booking. Okay. We do this later on with booking. First, he demonstrates it with rooms.
Okay. So what we have done here is we have added a path rooms, and we are saying load children, and then some import statement. We'll come back to this. Let's go back and make some changes to your rooms routing module. Here we will remove this path. We need to put it blank. And let's go back and talk about this. So now we, rather than actually directly importing the rooms module into app module, so what we are doing is we are trying to lazy load it. So the lazy loading means now we are providing the path inside the route setting, because of course this is you remember app routing module, right? The main routing module. So now my app routing module knows that there is a path called rooms, and whenever someone tries to access rooms, what I have to do is I have to go ahead and download this particular rooms module. Remember, this is the module which we created earlier. So I have to go ahead and download this rooms module, which has a Angular module called rooms module. Right? So this is this import statement is something which is native into to the browser. So at runtime, remember, I'm not talking about the compile time. Compile time is when we are actually building our code, right? At runtime, it will, whenever we click on rooms, it will go ahead and download all the code which is related, which is available here inside this rooms folder, and make sure that you are not using anything outside rooms module, right? So here we have did this. We can do similar thing for employee. That's something which you can try. What you can do is you can create another module for employee and then try to lazy load that module. You have to just create a routing module, and then you have to create a Angular module. Those are two things which you have to do, and then you can, in similar fashion, you can download the employee module. In case you are not able to do it, just raise an issue and we will help you. Now this is also done. We have removed this because why we left this path blank? Because we have already defined this path here. So when this particular module gets downloaded and it goes to its default URL, I mean the first URL, so it will check, okay, this is the component which I have to download. So rooms is my default route. I don't have to do anything. And then we have the children which we already configured last time. Now let's go ahead and verify the application. So two things we will verify. There are two things which we will verify. First, let's verify the build. Let's see if there is any difference in the files which got generated earlier. Right? So earlier we got 4 files. Now let's see after making these changes how many files we get and how it impacts the bundle size as well. So you can see it says there are some initial chunk files and there is something which is lazy chunk files. So you can see now we have another module which is of 11 KB and it will be downloaded separately once I interact with that particular route. Let's go ahead and run the application now.
I remember doing that part. Okay.
And meanwhile, let's see if we are missing
Next
something here.
message from
And
Andrew.
okay. So let's verify how if our lazy loaded module or lazy loaded functionality which we did is working fine or not. How we can verify? Of course, in build we can see there was a different bundle altogether, but we can actually verify it from here. So you can go to the sources, you can go to pack dot
Right.
and go to SRC app, and
Yeah,
here
remember that.
you can see. Okay, so here you can see we are actually using room service somewhere. So one file is already downloaded because we are using it outside, probably in app module or somewhere else. But let's see the main functionality. Let's click on rooms. Now you can see all the files apart from services are downloaded as I clicked on these rooms. And now I can just go ahead and visit any other URL that won't impact these files. So this is how you can verify what are the files which are downloaded lazily, right? I mean, apart from services, everything is being lazy loaded right now. And it will be available as well inside your network tab. So let me just remove it and let's refresh. Let's go to employees and let's refresh this page. And it's clear. And let's click on rooms. So you can see SRC app rooms module. So this is something which is telling you that okay, this all the file this code is actually being loaded separately. And when it is happening, when I click on rooms. So this is how lazy loading works. And you should, as I said, there are many things which goes behind whether this module needs to be lazy loaded or not. Few things we already discussed. One more thing which we need to make sure is you should. I mean, it's not like in if this is a functionality which is available, we should go ahead and download. We should go ahead and implement lazy loading for all the modules. It's not. Lazy loading is useful for the modules which are really big and which you think won't be used frequently by your end users. Remember, not developers. Developers can just go ahead and add anything, right? Because it's based on the business requirement, I would say. So whenever you are implementing this, you should go ahead and ask business that okay, what will be the frequency? How many users we are expecting this views to be used by? It's okay in case you don't implement lazy loading at first. That's absolutely fine. I mean, it's okay because you don't know your user behavior, right? As you know your user behavior, you can actually go ahead and implement lazy loading. But at least have feature modules in place. And there will be, of course, many modules which you will realize even while developing that, okay, these modules are not probably going to be used more frequently. For example, let's say you have user profile section. How many times do you think your users are actually going to use the profile section? Probably once in a month. That's rare, right? I mean, in case they have to update some mobile number or email ID, which is really rare. So those are the modules. Or let's say you have some kind of reports which will be let's say which are month-end reports. So you know, okay, this reports will be downloaded only once in a month. So you know that okay, this frequency will be really less. So you can go ahead and configure lazy loaded module. So it's like whenever you are thinking about lazy loaded modules, it's your developer mind as well as the business needs or the business idea which you get, how frequently it is going to be used. So keep all those things in mind before you go ahead and implement lazy loaded module for your code base. So this is it from lazy loaded module. Try it for employee. If you're not able to do it, just let us know. Now we are supposed to actually now we are going to actually discuss about route cards, but we will hold this topic for few more things which we will cover, and then we'll come back to route cards. So I'm going to show you a few more things related to the lazy loading. Right now what we have done is we already had an Angular module, right? What we did is the approach we took is we created the all components, we created everything inside rooms, and then we added a module, then we did a refactor, and finally we ended up a module which was lazy loaded. What in case I want to start from the day one, I have the requirement, right? So I spoke to my business team. They're saying, okay, this is something probably won't be used a lot, but we need this functionality, or probably this functionality is really huge, and in case if we include it in your main module, it is going to bump our bundle size. So you decide that okay, we will lazy load it so the bundle size is less, and it will be loaded faster for the users. And you want to start with lazy loaded module from day one. Let's try to do that. So what we will do is we will create a module. So let's create a booking module which will show all the bookings which will be done using the rooms module, right? So this is rooms booking, but I mean it's a separate module. So this will be used to see all the previous bookings which are made. And we need to make sure that it is lazy loaded. So what you can do is there is a command to do that. So I can say ng module. I can say a module name. So I can say booking, which is my module name.
There we go.
I can say hyphen route is equals to booking, and hyphen routing to make sure that there is a routing module which is created. So let's go ahead and enter and see what happens. Module option required. Module option required when hyphen module is equals to booking. Let's see. Or
I can't remember I had this on screen. So wait, so while he was doing all that before, I didn't make any of those changes because I saw this already in my code. So I was like, okay, we did booking at some point, so we must have changed booking, right? Changed the other one to booking. So yes, that's exactly what he did, and he's doing that now. So let's keep going here. So I think
let's see.
I suspect that I'm okay.
So specified module booking does not exist. Okay. So there was a problem with the command. Now, let me just talk about this particular module. So what this module is, so it is asking me where should I go ahead and register this particular lazy loaded module. Right now we have two modules, rooms module as well as app module. So we have to provide the module where we need to go ahead and create a lazy loaded route like this. So right now what I need is I want to create it with app module. So it will now go ahead and create. You can see it created a path here. So you can see booking, load children, import, booking module, and booking module. So if I go to booking module now, you will find several things. You will find a module, you will find a component and all the related files, as well as booking routing module as well. All this by using a single command. So you don't have to go ahead and do whatever we did earlier, right? So go ahead and create component, then add a module, and then do this. No, you can just do it with a single command. Also, I'll show one more command which we can use. So let's say, is there any other string we want to create? Okay, so let's say I want to create a filter functionality, right? So where we can search for like search functionality. So we want to search for rooms. And what we want to do is we want to create a module first, and then we want to add components. And we don't want to lazy load this. Remember, this one we wanted to lazy load, this one we don't want to lazy load. So what we can do is we can create first the module. So I can say ngm and I can say search. So it will create a module first, right? So now we have the module. Now I want to create a component. So what I can do is I can just go ahead and say ngc search. Now this will create a search component inside the search folder. So you can see it created the files inside search folder, as well as one more thing, search module will register the search component. So this is all done automatically. You don't have to do it manually. The only reason I went through the path where I did everything manually is probably you won't be writing the code from the scratch in your application. You should know how to refactor the application or how to revisit the code, right? I mean, what's wrong, what's right in your code base. Otherwise, you will be lost. So that was the whole purpose of actually doing that exercise. In case you are creating new code, this is the way you should be doing it. So first create the module and then create the component. In case it needs to be lazy loaded from the day one, just go ahead and use this command and that's it. And you can define which module I want to actually register it. I could have given it as rooms as well. Remember this. So in case I'm going to actually access this from the rooms module, I can do that. So I can actually lazy load any other module inside rooms. That's also possible. Probably we'll try one exercise with that as well. Now we have our booking module and this is lazy loaded as well. So now I can just go ahead and add app navigation, and say this is bookings. And what was the route? Booking.
That's where our bookings came from. Okay.
Visit the application, and you, let's go to sources, pack, /src app, and you can see we don't have anything related to booking. Let's click on bookings, and now you have everything related to booking. So this is another command, another way to do it. And we will of course go ahead and add a form where we can see all the bookings in upcoming videos, right? So we will be using Angular material table. We'll show you an example of how you can utilize Angular material table to do that. So that's another way to implement lazy loading.
So he still has that.
So while discussing dependency injection, if you remember, we left one thing. I mean, we said we will be discussing about it once we go through the lazy loading. So let's go back and do that. So we discussed about provider types. We saw root, right? We said, okay, in case it is root, you can actually go ahead and add, use this particular, you can use that particular service as a singleton service across your application. Now, we will talk about the other type of provider type, which is any. Now, you might be wondering where this any is useful. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about it. There are multiple use cases, and I wrote a blog post on the same. So I'll be trying to cover the same example here, but let's figure out what is the use case for using any. So here, let's say we have a service, right? What we'll do is we'll create a service. We will call it as a config service. We already have app config, so let's create another service. And for that, I'll be creating a services folder. So this is like a reusable kind of services. And let's open the integrated terminal. I'll say nggs, and I'll say this is what should we name it? Config. Let's call it as config service. I don't think so we have anything called config service as of now. And here, so we have this config service. Let's go ahead and change this to any. And one thing which we will be doing is we will be let's do console.log, and let's see how many instances gets created. So we know that whenever a service is configured with provided in root, we get a singleton instance. And in case you want to create multiple instances, you can just go ahead and use providers property as we saw earlier. Now using provided in any, let's see what happens. So I'm going to use this service inside the rooms component. We'll just inject it as of now. So this is private config service, which is type of config service. And let's go back to the application. Let's see if this compiled. Yeah. Now let's go to console, and this is where we want to see an interesting thing. So here, let's use config service as at one place other, or is it okay? Okay, let's do control F5. Let's click on rooms, and here let's see if we have this room service initialized config service, right? So config service initialized, and we will be using the same config service inside app component. The same way, I mean, we are not going to use it, we'll just inject it and see how it behaves. Constructor, this. And let's see if we have any other module. That's okay. Again, 2 modules are enough, more than enough. Let's go back to the UI. And now you can see here it says config service initialized. So we have config service.ts line number 9. It means one instance of config service is created right now, and we cannot see any other instances which are available. Okay, do one more thing. I'll just clear this, and let's see the messages. So we have this config service initialized. So now, why actually moved away from rooms? Because on click of rooms, I mean, it is supposed to create another instance. So let me tell you why. We have not done providers property. We have not added a providers property. Why should it create a new instance? So let's go ahead and talk about how any plays an important role here. So we have config service initialized here. Let's go ahead and click on rooms, and you will find that here config service is initialized again. One instance, 2 instance. Why so? So when we say this providers, so when we use this providers at provider in provided as any, it will create one instance for the entire code base where there's nothing lazy loaded, right? And it will create separate instances for each lazy loaded module in case it is getting used. For example, it is getting used in rooms, so it will create another instance for rooms module. If we go ahead and inject it inside, let's say we have another module called header. If you inject another instance in header, it will not create another instance because it is not lazy loaded. But let's go ahead and inject. Let's try to inject it and see, right? So how many instances we end up with. So here we have, copy this header. So as per expectation, header should use the global instance which is available, which will be created.
All right, hang on, let me double check something here. Did I have that? Did I have that? Let's go to the look. So get rid of that. Header components. You know, one thing I hate is when I do Control-Shift-O, it always has that freaking @ symbol at the beginning. Does anybody know how to make this thing pop up without the @ symbol so that I can stop having to do the extra keystroke of deleting it so I can just search all my files? Let's see. All right, so header component TS. Okay, let's double check that. We have that in here. String, constructor, quick service, blah, 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 blah. Looks all right. Okay.
Created. And we'll create one for booking because booking is lazy loaded. So let's see.
Yeah, you just slipped. Okay, booking is lazy loaded.
For booking because booking is lazy loaded. So
pause. There we go. Booking component. Close you out. Let's open up booking component. Booking component. Rooms booking? No, regular booking. Booking component. There we go. Oh, that was not there. Okay. Booking.component.ts. Yeah. All right. Constructor. Uh-oh. So we missed something here, huh? Oops, big service. Big service. Why was that not there? You just swept through that and okay. What's a shortcut for that? Remove unused declaration of config service. I mean, unused, no. Undo that. Add import. There we go. Use shortcut key for add import.
now rooms has so one is global instance config service initialized, then rooms has another instance config service initialized 2, and now let's click on bookings, and once we click on bookings, booking has another.
Okay, let's double check that. Let's make sure that's there too. So Bookings. Snitch that up. Okay. Let's go. We and inspect. Inspect. Okay, there we go. Inspect is running. All right, console. Let's get that over here. All right, bookings. Navigate config service initialization. Okay. Navigation complete. Okay, cool. All right, great. Swap back. Okay, let's keep going. Code switch step. All right.
The config service initialized. So we have how many instances right now? 3 instances. Two separate instances used by 2 different lazy loaded modules, as we said, provided is any, and one which is global instance, which is available everywhere. What can be the good use case? So let me just give you an interesting use case which I actually wrote a blog post on, and it is actually used in one of my friend's book, which was launched. Let me just talk. Which was launched last year. It was launched last year. It is a book based on Angular IV. So it's a little bit advanced right now. You are on basic. So I'll suggest once you have the basic idea or a little bit idea about Angular, how it works, then just go ahead and purchase that book. So it's on Angular IV, which I actually proofread. So let's go ahead and talk about the use case which I was talking about. So here, what we will do is I'll create another. So we already have service, and I will create one injection token. I'll say this is config, or let's call it as route config. So this interface, this will be the
Wait, where you at? Search. Right, booking, header, rooms, search, services, route config. Okay, cool.
the interface, and we'll say this is export.
So interface, route config,
and we'll say this is
title string, maybe? Yes.
type of string. So we have just single property, and let's create an injection token. So I'll say this is route config dot service dot ps, and here we'll say export const.
All right, did that
route
too.
config, which is equals to new injection token. So the type of this particular interface, and I'll say this is a route config. And what is this? Route config refers to where it's being used for type. An injection token, which is type of route config. Okay, let's see what I'm missing here.
Curly braces.
This route config, which is looks like this is something which already exists in Angular core, and let's import the interface dot slash route config, and we'll say this is the interface which we are looking at, and it should be fine. Route config token. Great. So we created our token, and now we have an interface. Let's see how actually it helps in case we are using provided in as any. I'll use this route config token in app module. We know how to do that, right? So we already have an example here. So I'll just add provide, and we'll use value, which will be let's go back to app module, and we'll say which will be having. So we know the type. So we have this title.
Title home.
And we will be using this route config token. Let's go ahead and use it inside the config service. So now we know how to do that. So we'll say inject and config route config token, config token, and route config, right? So we'll just import this as well, and let's print the value. I think this is extra console.log. This is config token. Let's verify this functionality as of now. So we have this service which is now injected in. So what we did is we created a config service and we created a token. We provided a value to this particular token. We said title is home, and then we use this particular thing in service, and we are just actually logging the top token value. Let's see what we have done so far, and there is something unexpected, which is app module.ts line number 68. Let's see. Probably I just missed a comment. Let's go ahead and see. So what we have here. So config service right now has few few instances, right? So we have this config service initialized, and then we have title home. You must be wondering what we have done. I mean, this is something which we have already done again. Why I am covering this thing again? I mean, we know how to use injection tokens, but there is a difference when you use provided in any. Here, let's try to pass this value to rooms module, and what we'll do is providers, and I'll say title is room. So remember, right now,
Yeah, rooms module. So many fracking things open, man. Okay, rooms module. Oh, there it is. Rooms module. Providers. Okay, yeah.
we are saying there's another. We are just changing the title.
Lazy
Let's go ahead and see. So we have title available as home available here, right? Let's go to room, and let's see what is the title available right now. So we have title as room. It changed. Let's switch back to any, and let me show you what will be the value in case we use any. We use root. So let's go back to the rooms, config service, and change this.
Config service. Config service. Change this. Wait. Okay, this is right. Switch. Okay, because this was neat. Okay, so config service any, and a moment ago that was room, right? So we see this here. We navigate to rooms. That's going to be rooms, right? So we're going to navigate to rooms. We hit rooms. Let's see. Right now, my rooms is not lazy loaded. Rooms. Because I did not go through that sequence. Attempt to change that. Let's see where we're at. Config service initialized. Config service initialized. Yeah, because I did not do that on purpose. Config service initialized. Home. Oh, that's one up there, right? Or is it? Yeah, wait. So that's that. Rooms service initialized. Config navigation complete. No. Aha, that's why that was different. Okay, so I just found something that was different from what he's got here in the video, and now I understand why it was different. Okay, because that was picking that up from it because it was lazy loaded. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Let's switch back to any, and let me show you what will be the value in case we use any. We use root. So let's go back to the rooms, config service, and change this to root. And here it is. So you will still get for rooms, even for rooms, we are getting the value as home. Let me show you. I mean, probably let's move into another module so we can see the value. So we have this home, of course, which makes sense. Click on rooms. We will still end up with home. Why so? Because when we say root, it's a singleton instance which will be available. When we are saying any, it will create a new instance for that particular service. So we ended up with the new value which we registered into the module. Otherwise, we will just get the previous value as which was added into app module. Remember this. This is a really interesting thing which landed in Angular 9, and it's really useful. So a lot of developers don't know this functionality which is available, but can be really useful in case you want to actually go ahead and pass some other configuration, or you want to override some configuration inside any of your lazy loaded module. Very interesting use case.
Inside any of your lazy loaded modules. Yep. That's why that didn't work. Oh, that's kind of neat. Okay, so now I understand. So I should have went and lazy loaded that module. All right, let's go.
So as I said, my friend has also covered it in very much detailed way in his book, and you can also go through that use case.
Now I understand.
Okay. So this is it about any. I'll just change back to any because that was the purpose of having this particular service, and we are done. So now we will end up with, whenever we click on rooms, we will end up with configuration as title room. You can pass any configuration for separate, or you can just override the configuration for your lazy loaded module using any. So we saw both the example using just a service, how it behaves, and then we added injection token to show you how it behaves in case we pass an injection token. Let's go ahead and talk about route cards.
Oh god, finally. Oh, okay, route guards. Okay. Mental note to self though, I kind of want to go back and get that modification to that rooms module and make it a lazy loaded module. Alright, not now. We're gonna get here and do route guards.
as per name suggests, right, it's guards. What you understand by guards? So you have many type of guards, and you might have seen in your real time or real life as well, right? So let's say ATMs, they have guards, banks, they have guards. What they're trying to do, they are trying to secure something. Of course, in that case, it's money. So what route guards do? So it means these guards are actually trying to secure route. But how? So there are multiple guards which are available, and they do different stuff. So we'll go through one by one, and we will talk about resolve guard at the end. And before we talk about resolve guard, we will create our booking form finally, and we will fix the date picker issue which we have in our earlier form, right? If you remember, we created our rooms, add rooms form, and we said, okay, this date time doesn't work, then we will be using the Angular material date picker. So we will fix that as well. So let's see how route guard behaves. But before we go ahead and talk about how route guard works, we need to understand one thing. We need to understand the routing event. How does your route works? Right, so we have not seen that. We have seen, okay, how to configure your route, how to do your default route, how to do your wildcard route, but in which sequence they are called? I mean, what happens when you click on a route? So let's go ahead and talk about that. And to do that, we will be subscribing, or we will be using the router service, which we have already used, but we'll be using some different properties. Let's go ahead and see that. So here, I'll say private. I'll say this is route, and this is router. Let's call it as a router, right? That makes sense. I mean, and now on ng on init lifecycle, look, I'll say this dot router dot events dot, and it's an observable, so I'll be subscribing to it, and then we'll say this is event.
Oh wait, let's drop him out of the. Put him in normal mode, because that's what we're on right now. After punt. Okay, God, I got too many of these things open. Okay, there's got to be like close all views or something. Close all views. Isn't there like a close all view thing? I know I saw that before. Appearance. Nope. Search source. Output. No. Go. No. Run. No. Terminal. YouTube. Nope. It's got to be like a editor layout. Editor layout. Close up. Minimap sticky. Reset. Selection. Select all occurrences. Edit. I don't see a close all view. Oh wait. Close window. Let's just close a window. Yeah. Whack. Jeez, I'm tired looking at all these open buttons. All right, open app component TS. All right, so nginit. All right, so we are going down here. Router events dot subscribe event. Oh, is this where we started this? Console.log.
And here we'll just do console.log.
Yes. Okay, cool.
Event. And let's go to our UI.
There we go. Back to where I started like an hour, like 2 hours ago. However long I've been doing this.
Compiled, yes, it's compiled, and I think there is some debugger which is available.
Where is it?
Let's move on. We can just let me just disable the debugger. And let's go to console.
Okay, now that is totally new. This little action button, where did that come from? With a hide thing on it, that's completely new. He did not build that. He built that off camera because that was not here. What the heck? All right, so let's keep going.
And here we want to So here you can see line number 34. So let's go ahead and see how it starts, right? So when, in this case, the navigation happened, if you remember, let me just do this one thing. I'll just remove this and let's go back to employee, right? So we have the only route guards or route events are locked. So there are multiple events which gets fired when you click or in case a navigation happens. So here you can see it starts from navigation start, and if you see there are few parameters which your navigation start has. So it has a URL, it has a unique ID, generated for each and every navigation event which happens. These IDs are really helpful in case you are getting some issue during navigation. A common use case or a common issue which we generally get during navigation is, by the time the first navigation gets completed, you are trying to navigate again. So you can only figure that out based on the ID. So navigation started, then it tries to recognize the route. So it says, okay, now this route is recognized. So I have to, there are some states which is available. So remember snapshot, that's part of this. You can see router state snapshot. So you have URL after redirects. Then we get guards check start, and this is where the route guards come into picture. So it says, okay, now I'll go ahead and check whatever guards you have implemented. So this is where it will start. Then it will say, okay, now let me go ahead and activate the child, where we have seen the childs. So if you go to rooms, click on add room. So this is child, right? So it will go ahead and check if this child.
And yeah, this one moment right here is what started the whole hunting everything down sequence, because that was not working. But it is now. Okay. Groovy. Make sure our music's going. Good. That's good.
It will go ahead and start activating this child routes. Then activation starts. It will say, okay, now everything is figured out. Now I can go ahead and activate this particular routing or route. Now here all the guards have checked, all guards check have ended. So it says, okay, now it's fine, everything is okay. All guards said, so all the guards which we have implemented, they are saying it is okay to allow this particular user to enter into this particular route. Guards check in, right? So nowadays when you try to enter into bank or ATM, what they do, they check your temperature, they try to see if you have any symptoms, right? So and then they allow you. So that's where guards check end. Then it says, okay, now let me just resolve this particular route, right? So it will try to resolve this particular route where we are redirecting to room/add. And then it says, okay, now this is also fine, resolve ended. Then it will call activation ended, and then it will say, okay, now child activation also ended. And navigation, finally it says, okay, now everything is fine, let me just end the navigation. And the last event which we have is scroll event. Scroll event is something which you can use in case, let's say you click on a URL and now you want to scroll your this horizontal bar, right, somewhere, or top, bottom, wherever you want to, you can just go ahead and subscribe to the scroll event as well. So this is related to your router events, how they are called in sequence. And now we will go ahead and talk about the route guards. While working with router events, it is also possible to listen to a specific event. As we saw, there were multiple events which were getting fired, right? But in case I want to, let's say, show a loader when navigation start, and remove the loader when navigation ends, how you will be able to do that? So we can actually achieve that by using something like this. So I'll just rewrite this code, or let me just keep it here so you can refer this while revisiting the code. And let's try to listen to the specific event, navigation start, navigation end, that's it. So we'll say this dot router dot events dot. Now, as we said, we need to listen to specific events. So I don't want to go ahead and listen to all the events and then filter out. We will be using RxJS. Remember, little bit difficult, but with some practice, you will figure out how to use RxJS. So here I'll be using pipe, and inside pipe I'll be using filter operator. So let's see if it is here. It is from RxJS, and in filter I'll say this event, which is instance of, I'll say navigation start. Right, so I'm just listening to the navigation start event, and then I can subscribe. And here, let's say console. I'll say this is navigation start, and we can remove this, I think. Let's see, and we can say console.log, and now you can actually write a code here to show a loader. Navigation started, right? And then I can just use another event where I'll say navigation end, and I'll say navigation completed. Let's go ahead and see if it works. Right, so let's inspect, go to console, and let's go to default route first. Right, so we can just remove all the comments which we have, and let's click on employee, and you can see navigation started, navigation completed. So we are
Right, let's do that. Hang on, let me get the browser up. There we go. Let me switch over. Come on, switch over. There we go. Oh wait, where's my guy? There's my guy. Okay. So with that, and we want that there. Okay, cool. Alright. And this one. So we got that. Okay, so we're gonna go to employee, right? We're looking at two messages. Clear out all that. Employee. Really? Navigation started, navigation completed. Oh, there it is. Navigation started, navigation completed. Okay, cool. Alright. Let's switch back over. Let's keep going.
we are listening to only these two events. So this is how you can filter out the other events in case you don't want to listen to them. So just to give you an idea how you can actually achieve this as well. So now we understand how the routing event works and how we can listen to specific events in case we want to. So now let's move on to the route guards. So we discussed what guards are, what route guards are, and let's see what these different guards do, right? So as you know, in banks also there are different guards. In case there is a guard who is like standing in front of your bank, if there are some lockers or some lockers in bank, they have different guard available, right, to secure that area. So similarly, router has different guards for different areas to secure. So let's start with can activate. And for can activate, we actually have a very nice use case already. Let me show you. So remember, we already have this login page, but is this login page useful? The answer is no. This is useless. I mean, this is like some guard who is standing in front of bank, but he is not checking anyone. He is just letting everyone go. So it's pretty useless, right? So here, what we can do is the can activate guard. Let's relate to can activate guard. So can activate guard actually tries to see if I'm if I am as a user, of course, at the end as a end user, is a valid entity to access this particular route or not. Can I activate this particular route? That's what can activate is all about. It means that guard is actually checking if no one has fever, right? I mean, that's what they are supposed to do in days of corona. So they're supposed to check your temperature and everything. So if you have a fever, they are supposed to let you go. And the same thing same thing can activate will do for us here. So in case we are logged in, we should be able to access the different routes which we have. In case we are not logged in, we are not supposed to do that. So based on some conditions, you can secure your route. Let's go ahead and create guards. In case we are logged in, we should be able to access the different routes which we have. In case we are not logged in, we are not supposed to do that. So based on some conditions, you can secure your route. let's go ahead and create guards. Or we can do that. So I'll just what we will do is, as we are supposed to write few other guards as well, I'll create a new folder. I'll just call it as guards, and let's go to terminal, and you can see ngg guard, so nggg, and I'll say this is login guard, as we are supposed to check if the user is logged in or not. I mean, it can be anything, right? It can be your scenario. So we have can activate. We will be using can activate child, but we will be using it for rooms, so we'll not add this. And can activate, we will use it for another form which we are supposed to create. And can load, we will use this one. So we can select. You can select which of these router guards you want to implement. Wondering why resolve guard is not there? We'll talk about it. Don't think about it right now. So we are supposed to we chose two guards which we need to implement. Can load, we will talk about it later, but as it is supposed to be part of this particular file, I just added it here.
Hang on, did I do that right? I'm not sure that I did that right. Let's pop that open. Vanguard, no, I did not. Can activate, did not do that right. Hang on, so let's go back to guard. Oh, where the hell did you just take me? App, okay, app component. Go back to guard. Guards. Let's delete that. Let's delete you. And let's delete you. Delete you. Alright, let's. Well, you can't see what I'm doing. Let's do this. There we go. Let's reload that. That does that. Can activate. Which interface would you like to press space to select? There we go. You actually told me. Can load. Okay, toggle all, invert, enter to. Alright, can activate, can load. That now. Pop that puppy. That puppy's got it. Okay, cool. Pop that puppy. Alright. Alright, RJSX. Yes.
So now let's see. So what we have, it's a interface. It's an interface which has a function called can activate. It gives you some data. We will see what we can do with this particular data, and it returns some parameters. Let's talk about this later on. So here by default this route guard returns true. It means this is the useless guard which we have, so he is just letting everyone go without checking the fuel. So, but let's see how to apply this guard, right? At least let's understand how to actually put that guard in front of the bank. So here,
put the guard in front of the bank.
in your routing configuration, you can just go to route configuration and you can choose what are the different areas which we want to secure. So we want to secure employee, we want to secure booking, we want to secure rooms, right? And we.
All right, so booking, no children, rooms. So now we're getting so now we're getting into rooms again. We're playing around with rooms again. So let's see here. Employee login, redirect to blank. We're going to snatch you up. Copy, paste you, because this is going to be rooms. Might as well just do the lazy loading now. Load children, booking, rooms. Guys, we're gonna be doing this. We're doing it. We're gonna be doing it. Rooms, booking module, rooms module. All right. So rooms module. Now that's that, but the other spot that had the rooms module in it as app components. No, it was shoot, where was that? Module? App module services. Routing module. Oh, you're right. Components, app modules. the app modules. Yeah, rooms module. Right, because if we're lazy loading rooms module, booking module, do we see booking module here? No, we don't. Turn rooms module off here. And we don't care about rooms module there. I think that's the deal, it's just that, right? Was that it? Was that the only incantation you had to do?
No, I won't leave you here. We can run together.
Rooms.
Listen, if we run
I
together,
broke it.
they will
Resources
shoot
not
us
exist. I
as
broke
we
it.
both die. So,
I broke it.
once you
That's
run
what I get for
together,
not
they will kill
paying
you.
attention to that earlier.
Don't
So
worry about me. I will
let's
help
do
you.
this. Let's.
Promise me to survive.
Where are we at? Where are we at? We're at
For our
1313. We're not here yet. We're kind of here-ish. Not really. Wait, stop at 13. Stop here. We might stop here. Let's see, almost here. Okay. Let's just tell us where we're at. So we're at 13. 13. Oh, well, you're at 13, 14. 13, 13, 59. So 13, 14. Okay, so 13, 14. We need to go back to 1220. 1220. All right.
So far, we have seen how Angular routing can help us to create several routes.
All right.
And in last video, we also learned about how you can create modules. So as discussed, modules are something where we can actually wrap all the functionality related to a feature into its own module, right? In its own Angular module.
Get back to how
But
to do the
once your
lazy
application
loading
grows, there will be many modules.
by hand.
And so the application size will grow as well. And one point of time, you will probably end up with huge main bundle size. So this is where we will talk a little bit about the build which we create for deploying on production. So far we have been using a command called ngserve, which is used to run this application locally and debug it. Now we will use another command to create a production build, which can be used to deploy your application on production. So to do that, I'm going to run a command called ng build, and you can say c equals to production. Now what this command will do is it will build your application with production mode. So this whatever
Exactly.
files which will be generated, it will be minified and it can be deployed on your production server. So let's see, it will take some time to generate the bundles. You will get several files, and we will talk about one main file which is called main.js.
16 minutes.
So here you can see you have main.js, which is around 476.91 KB. Right now our application is really small. I mean it contains an app module, a few components, and one module. Consider it like a huge enterprise application. Consider now in future you will end up with a huge enterprise application where you will probably have hundreds of modules, you will have thousands of components, even not that big, let's say in range of 100, right? So this bundle size will increase, and this main.js is the file size which will be served to your customers. Now 476 KB is, it's okay, right? I mean it will be pretty fast on your 4G network. But what in case you have this bundle size in MBs? And that's where the problem comes in. Now you will have a big bundle which needs to be loaded whenever your user comes to your portal. So they have to wait. They have to wait based on how much speed they have, right? How much the bandwidth they have. What you can do is using Angular router, you can also split the code. Let's go back to our application.
Where am
So if you see here,
I?
the functionality related to rooms. Do we think, I mean, this
Nice.
rooms functionality should be available by default to the users? The answer is no, right? I mean, of course, we have to actually go ahead and add few more functionality to our login screen, and that will be the first page which will be served to our customer. So without login, they cannot even use this rooms functionality, even employee functionality. So it doesn't make sense to actually give all this views with your main.js bundles. I mean, all this code is something which is useless at that time. Probably your user just comes to login page and goes away, and this code will never be used. So this is where actually Angular router can Angular router can help us to split our code based on several routes. It has some advantages. Of course, this code will never be downloaded in case your user never comes to this particular route. And once the user visits this, it will be downloaded only once. So it's not like, I mean, if I just go to another route, this all code will be removed and then will be added back once we come back to this route. That's a no. So, but there are a few requirements which you have to fulfill to achieve this. What are those requirements? Remember, whenever you are trying to create a module as lazy loaded module, or you are trying to separate that code from all entire application, the first thing which you should think about is what are the things which needs to be reusable. If it's reusable, probably you have to rethink about your architecture. Let's say there is one component which is reusable from rooms. In that case, I will remove that from the rooms component. I will put it somewhere else, which is where we will put reusables, so I can use it inside rooms and other places as well. Never do something like this where you have rooms module lazy loaded and then there is one component which is being used somewhere else. In that case, you have to go ahead and import rooms module in that particular module, which will fail the purpose of having a lazy loaded module. So a lazy loaded module should be isolated. I mean, it should not talk to anyone else. It should know everything about itself, and once loaded, it should be able to perform all the functionality. And your application should not know about this module unless it is requested. So here we are talking about this code will be downloaded based on user interaction. So once I interact with this rooms module or rooms URL, the code will be downloaded. So let's go ahead and see what are the prerequisites. So first thing is, now as we have chosen the rooms module to be lazy loaded, the first thing is no one should know about rooms module. Remember last time what we did is we created a feature module for this rooms module and then we added here. So first step,
Right, app module, right, so turn him off.
remove this.
Yep.
Now no one knows.
Nobody knows about him. Okay, so we'll do the same thing here. Alright, Ruby.
About rooms module, and it should not work, right? I mean, if I recompile the application, you can see there are a lot of errors because, of course, this rooms module is gone. I mean, no one knows about rooms module anymore.
That's step
Now,
one.
what's next? Now, here in app routing module, we will add one part.
App route module. App route module. Get him out the way. Get him out the way. Get him out the way. App route module. Routing module, excuse me. Okay, now we got that.
One part. Remember, we have already fulfilled one particular step. We have already isolated everything related to rooms module in its own module. So we are not sharing anything outside rooms module, right? So just keep that in your mind whenever you are designing this lazy loaded module for your application. Just keep this in mind. Here I'll say path rooms. You might be wondering why we are doing here, and we'll talk about it. So rooms, and then you have to use a property called load children. And here we'll say we will be using an import statement. So let's just talk about this. And okay, something is missing. What? Okay. So what we have done here is we have added a path rooms and we are saying load children and then some import statement. We'll come back to this. Let's go back and make some changes to your rooms routing module. Here we will remove this path. We need to put it blank. And let's go back and talk about this. So now rather than actually directly importing the rooms module into app module, so what we are doing is we are trying to lazy load it. So the lazy loading means now we are providing the path inside the route setting, because of course this is you remember app routing module, right? The main routing module. So now my app routing module knows that there is a path called rooms, and whenever someone tries to access rooms, what I have to do is I have to go ahead and download this particular rooms module. Remember, this is the module which we created earlier. So I have to go ahead and download this rooms module, which has a Angular module called rooms module, right? So this is this import statement is something which is native to the browser. So at runtime, remember, I'm not talking about the compile time. Compile time is when we are actually building our code, right? At runtime, it will, whenever we click on rooms, it will go ahead and download all the code which is available here inside this rooms folder, and make sure that you are not using anything outside rooms module, right? So here we have did this. We can do similar thing for employee. That's something which you can try. What you can do is you can create another module for employee and then try to lazy load that module. You have to just create a routing module, and then you have to create a Angular module. That's those are two things which you have to do. And then you can, in similar fashion, you can download the employee module. In case you are not able to do it, just raise an issue and we will help you. Now this is also done. We have removed this because why we left this path blank? Because we have already defined this path here. So when this particular module gets downloaded and it goes to its default URL, I mean,
Wait. Did you delete something someplace else? Wait, we're still in the app routing module, right? Yeah, hang on. Dropping the regular for a sec. Oh, wait, nope, dropping the regular.
now this is also done. We have removed this because
Wait, rooms routing. There we go. Rooms routing module. Okay. Rooms routing module. So we also have to wait. What are we doing here in rooms routing module?
why we left.
Wait, what are you saying?
Now this is also done. We have removed this because why we left this path blank.
Path blank rooms and rooms routing module. Oh, we delete. Oh, we make that blank.
Because we have already defined this path here. So when this particular module gets downloaded and it goes to its default URL, I mean the first URL, so it will check, okay, this is the component which I have to download. So rooms is my default route, I don't have to do anything. And then we have this children which we already configured last time. Now let's go ahead and verify the application. So
oh man, that's trippy. Okay, I get it. But it would have been cool if it said something like that, right? At least that's how it fits in my head. Just a blank slash or something. Gotta read the documentation. I wonder in the documentation there's another. Yeah, there we go. Now we're lazy loaded. Got you. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Get that on. Good. Rooms. Lazy loading. Figure. Alright, there it is. There we go. Okay, now we can drop back to where we were with guards. Now we manually got that going. And guards was, oops, not here. Guards was, yes, that's groovy there. I wish I could. Oh, can't I select you? Yank. Oh shoot, no. Shoot. Darn. I don't know how to undo. I want to just do like no, but that's not that. Undo? No, that's not that either. Exit. What mode am I in? I'm not in any mode. What am I in? On rack exit. Oh, jeez. Oh, come on, man. Quit. Just quit. Oh my god. Yes. Oh my god. Okay, just stop. You're not a force quit. Oh. Got myself in a spot there. How do I want to do this? So I do this, can I? Exits list. Okay. Angular here. Alright, where are we going? 12. 12, the order matters. Yes, the rack and order matters here. Copy, rack and paste, man. That's all I needed. Okay. Come here, rename. Okay, who's your daddy now? Okay, so now got that place. Okay, fix that. Now, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? I forgot what I was thinking. Okay. I forgot where I was going with that in the middle. Okay. All right, so we got all that. That's groovy. All that stuff's in place. That's been committed. Okay, all right, cool. Let's just keep going.
Two things we will verify. There are two things which we will verify. First, let's verify the build. Let's see if there is any difference in the file.
Oh, that's interesting. NG build production, huh? Okay. And I love that he goes to a separate terminal. I appreciate that. We can do that. We can do that here. Make that slightly bigger. Do that here. So NG build.
Files which got generated earlier, right? So earlier we got 4 files. Now let's see after making these changes how many files we get and how it impacts the bundle size as well.
Ooh.
So you can see it says there are some initial chunk files and there is something which is lazy chunk files. So you can see now we have another module which is of 11 KB and it will be downloaded separately once I interact with that particular router. Let's go ahead and run the application now. And meanwhile, let's see if we are missing something here. And okay. So let's verify how if our lazy loaded module or lazy loaded functionality which we did is working fine or not. How we can verify? Of course, in build we can see there was a different bundle altogether, but we can actually verify it from here. So you can go to the sources, you can go to webpack dot and go to src app, and here you can see okay. So here you can see we are actually using room service somewhere. So one file is already downloaded because we are using it outside, probably in app module or somewhere else. But let's see the main functionality. Let's click on rooms. Now you can see all the files apart from services are downloaded as I clicked on this rooms. And now I can just go ahead and visit any other URL.
Hang on, let's see this. So we are in sources. Boink. Let's go down to sources. We should be going to yeah, there's rooms. Rooms, it's in Webpack, right? Webpack, source, app, rooms, okay. I found rooms. Okay, dokie. The employee, great, groovy.
That won't impact these files. So this is
rooms, groovy.
You can verify what are the files which are downloaded lazily, right? I mean, apart from services, everything is being lazy loaded right now, and it will be available as well inside your network tab. So let me just remove it and let's refresh. Let's go to employees and let's refresh this page and let's clear. And let's click on rooms. So you can see src app rooms module. So this is something which is still
Hang on, how do you get, where are you at? Did you see that? Hang on. Swap that. Network. All. We got all. Okay. He's looking at all. That's what's going on. Photos. Source app. Oh, I don't have that. Photos. I just see photos. I don't see source app rooms, module rooms. Rooms. Because or maybe it doesn't show up on the second load. I don't know.
Just telling you that okay, this all the file, this code is actually being loaded separately. And when it is happening, when I click on rooms. So this is how lazy loading works. And you should, as I said, there are many things which goes behind whether this module needs to be lazy loaded or not. Few things we already discussed. One more thing which we need to make sure is you should, I mean, it's not like in if this is a functionality which is available, we should go ahead and we should go ahead and implement lazy loading for all the modules. It's not. Lazy loading is useful for the modules which are really big and which you think won't be used frequently by your end users. Remember, not developers. Developers can just go ahead and add in anything, right? Because it's based on the business requirement, I would say. So whenever you are implementing this, you should go ahead and ask business that okay, what will be the frequency, how many users we are expecting this views to be used by. It's okay in case you don't implement lazy loading at first. That's absolutely fine. I mean, it's okay because you don't know your user behavior, right? As you know your user behavior, you can actually go ahead and implement lazy loading. But at least have feature modules in place. And there will be, of course, many modules which you will realize even while developing that, okay, these modules are not probably going to be used more frequently. For example, let's say you have user profile section. How many times do you think your users are actually going to use the profile section? Probably once in a month. That's rare, right? I mean, in case they have to update some mobile number or email ID, which is really rare. So those are the modules. Or let's say you have some kind of reports which will be let's say which are month-end report. So you know, okay, this reports will be downloaded only once in a month. So you know that okay, this frequency will be really less. So you can go ahead and configure lazy loaded module. So it's like whenever you are thinking about lazy loaded modules, it's your developer mind as well as the business needs or the business idea which you get, how frequently it is going to be used. So keep all those things in mind before you go ahead and implement lazy loaded module for your code base. So this is it from lazy loaded module. Try it for employee. If you're not able to do it, just let us know. Now we are supposed to actually now we are going to actually discuss about route cards, but we will hold this topic for few more things which we will cover, and then we'll come back to the route cards. So I'm going to show you a few more things related to the lazy loading.
Okay, so now we're going back into lazy loading again, right after 12:36, huh? Okay. Oh, wait, how did we get to? Yeah, I'm in 12:36. I'm not even at 1300 yet. Why was I going back here? Oh, yeah, because I was trying to do that one link. Right. All right, so which is done? Configure lazy loading using provided any router events, listening to router events stuff. Yeah, so we're going right back to where we were before, which is all the way up here. 1308. Yeah, I'm not reviewing that whole section again. Yeah, let's hit this.
Router dot events dot. Now, as we said, we need to listen to specific events. So I don't want to go ahead and listen to all the events and then filter out. We will be using RxJS. Remember, little bit difficult, but with some practice, you will figure out how to use RxJS. So here I'll be using pipe, and inside pipe I'll be using filter operator. So let's see if it is, yeah, it is from RxJS, and in filter I'll say this event, which is instance of, I'll say navigation start.
All right, we're going back to navigation start, navigation end. Okay.
Let's go to default route first. right? So we can just remove all the comments which we have, and let's click on employee, and you can see navigation started, navigation completed. So we are listening to only these two events. So this is how you can filter out the other events in case you don't want to listen to them. So just to give you an idea how you can actually achieve this as well.
Oh, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to make
Now
a mark
we
there.
understand how the routing event works and how we can listen to specific events in case we want to.
13, 14.
So now let's move on to the route guards. So we discussed
13,
different
14 is where we left
in
off.
one card goes as the other card and the vote. The post is what we have got. We want to activate
There we
property,
go. Okay, we're back.
and it's been if we secure the login, game over, right? I mean, no one will be able to access login. So here,
All right, so are we securing the login? Is that do we login? App routing module, app routing module. All right, so let's go back to this. Yeah. App routing module, app routing, app routing. Man, I need to hit them up actually. What am I looking at? So we got that, right? What's he
here you
thinking
can
about? Hang on, let's go back.
you can just go to route configuration and you can choose what are the different it's a
Okay, wait, he's doing
wondering
something.
why resolve guard is not there. We'll talk about it. Don't think about it.
Okay, can
So
app
we are
components.
supposed to we chose two guards which we need to implement. Can load, we will talk about it later, but as it is supposed to be part of this particular file, I just added it here.
Login guard, right? Okay, true. Okay, cool. All right.
So now
So
let's see.
beautiful.
So what we have, it's a
I am
interface. It's an interface which has a function called can activate. It gives you some data. We will see what we can do with this particular data, and it returns some parameters. Let's talk about this later on. So here, by default, this route guard returns true. It means this is the useless guard which we have. So he is just letting everyone go without checking the fuel. So, but let's see how to apply this guard, right? At least let's understand how to actually put that guard in front of the bank. So here, in your routing configuration, you can just go to route configuration and you can choose what are the different areas which we want to secure. So we want to secure employee, we want to secure booking, we want to secure rooms, right? And we don't want to secure login. If we secure the login, game over, right? I mean, no one will be able to access login. So here you can use can activate property, and it's an array. It's an array. Remember this. It means I can just add n number of guards. So let's say I have a login guard, I have a role guard. For example, there are different types of roles which are assigned to access your lockers, right? As in, let's say someone from admin, I'm not supposed to access the lockers, but someone from the accounting, I'm supposed to access the login, access the locker. So those are the criteria which you can put. You can create another guard and just add it afterwards. So here we just have one. So I'll say login guard. That's it. I'll just apply this to all the places which we have, which we wanted to secure. So I'll say this: you get a guard, you also get a guard.
You get the guard, you get the guard. Everybody gets a guard. Okay. Right. All right, so hang on. That which is login guard. So we add the login guard here, which is our login guard. Okay, so you get a okay. Yeah, I was wondering what's the mechanism for protecting the login or protecting the routes that you can only see if you log in, right? So if you're not logged in, you can't see it. And this is it, login guard. Okay. See, again, because like in Rails, it's a similar thing, but back when I was doing it, it wasn't called login guard, but it's always a similar mechanism. Login and activate login guard. Okay, wait, import load children. Right. Rooms mode can activate login guard. And who else? Booking, same thing. And activate. Login guard. Mhm.
But as we said, right now everyone will have access to everything, right? Now let's go back and change that true to false.
Oh, interesting. Huh.
And here it is. We don't have access to anything.
Well, isn't that nifty? Isn't that nifty? You don't have access to anything. You are not logged in. Now we need a login thing, right? Login screen. What's a little action that drives me nuts? Like, why is that there?
And let's go to login. We should be able to access login because we said, okay, this is something which is not secured as of now. I mean, there is no guard in front of login. So
There should be
it
a
works.
login button here.
But
Yeah.
what in case, I mean, here, so it doesn't work for anything else. And even if I try to do this, we'll be redirected to login. But you saw, right? I mean, we were on employee route, I think, and then we got kicked out and there was an empty page. We'll see how we can actually handle that scenario as well. But let's do first thing first. So what we need to do here is we want to actually write the code. Sorry, we want to write the code. So once we are logged in and we or the end user is logged in and it's a valid user, that particular user should be able to access the routes. So we can redirect to wherever we want to. For example, let's say we will redirect to Brooms, right? Let's see. Let's put that logic first. So in login, what we will do is we'll create another service. I'll call this service as login service.
Hang on. So login. We want to log in. Okay. ng generate service login. Interesting.
And here I'm going to put a flag which says is logged in and which is type of boolean and false.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. At least that pattern hasn't changed. Okay. Okay.
And then I am going to put a method login where we will just copy the logic which we have already available. So I'll say this is email and
Oh, yeah. Where'd you get that? Wait, where's that living? Wait, what?
and here I am going to put a flag which says is logged in and which is type of boolean and false. And then I am going to put a method login where we will just copy the logic which we have already available. So I'll say this is
Wait, where did we have that already?
where we will just copy the logic.
Login component. Login component. Login component, which is you. So basically, I should copy, service paste. Okay.
Logic which we have already available. So I'll say this is email and password. So I'll say email just string.
We're passing this down. Mm-hmm. Same thing
And
with password.
password, which is also string.
Mhm.
But rather than doing navigate here, right? So we'll just keep the navigation part here. I'll say this dot is logged in is equals to true. So I'm just setting up flag.
Right. Not care about that. This dot is logged in. It's true.
Flag that okay, this particular user is logged in now. And as this is a singleton instance, everyone using this particular service will get the latest value for his logged in. You can do it in multiple way. Do you want to use some behavior subject? Go ahead and do that. But let's try to keep it Boolean as of now. And if this is not logged in, or we can just do something like this, right? So if set this and return this dot is logged in. So if it is not true, of course, it will return the default value, which is false. And now let's go back to our login code and here say private login.
Login component. Private router. Okay, router. Private
Login service, which is type of login.
Now we have the service file or the service file.
Service. And we will just check if this dot login service dot login.
Okay, all right, for this login. Where are you going to? Wait. This the password. Oh, yeah, because we have to. Oh, but how are we?
And
wait a minute.
And we will just check if this dot login service dot login, and we will pass this dot email and this dot password. Let's see if there are extra. So if this is true, we should be able to navigate to rooms/add. Let's try to go back, go to rooms, right? We don't want to go to room/add. So, but still it will not work, right? So let's try that out. The reason being, we have not made changes to our guard. Our guard still returns false. So I'll say this is admin@gmail.com and this is admin. Right, so nothing works. You can see here navigation started, but there was a guard which said, okay, you're not supposed to come here, just go back, go back. And that's where we will just write the code to our card. Now I can use login
Okay, but where did you?
service here. So we will.
Yeah, right. Login service is if email. Oh, can be passed there. Okay. True. Else. Hmm. Right. Okay.
We'll just write the code to our card. Now I can use login service here. So remember, this is a service, right? So it also has a constructor. And then you can say private login service, which is type of login service. So now we have access to login.
And load. Okay. Oh, we'll make it a constructor. Constructor. Private. Login service. Login service. Okay.
Login service here. Let me just close this. And rather than returning false, what I can do is return this dot.
Oops. This dot login service dot is logged in.
Login service dot is logged in. So remember, it can be observable as well, because it can return observable, or it can return URL tree. It can also return a promise, which we are not using anymore, and also it can return a boolean, which we are using right now. It's a boolean value. So now let's go ahead and verify the functionality. So I'll say, okay, this is admin and password is admin, and let's click, and here it is. We are on rooms page. Let's click on employee. Let's click on add room, and everything works.
Now you can get them to how it works. Now if you say now everybody works. Okay.
Works fine, right? So because now your guard is saying, okay, I checked you, you don't have fear. Let's just go into the bank. And similarly here, our login service is saying, yes, you are logged in. Just go ahead and enter and access the URLs you want to. So this is one way, but let's try to do one thing. Let's refresh this page. Remember, now it's a blank page. We are not even on login page. The reason being, once we refresh, of course, you lose the state of your application. In that case, your logged in state becomes false. But your guard does not know where to redirect to you. So it says, okay, I'm not sure where you want to redirect to you, because you have already passed. You have already you are already past the login. The routes, right? So you have already checked the routes, and you failed the what guards? You failed the guard state, or you failed the guard check. Now where to redirect to you? So this is where you can do something like this. So you can say return if logged in, then I can say, okay, return true, or you can use the router service. So let's inject private router. So you can say this dot router dot navigate, and I can say just go ahead and navigate this user to login. Let's see now. And here it is. So we are on login page, but you might be saying, okay, that was by default. Why you're lying? I'm not. Let me show you. So let's go ahead and say login, and same thing. We will refresh, and we are on login. So we fixed that particular issue as well. So this is from CanActivate Guard. Let's go back. Sorry, no. Now let's go ahead and discuss about CanActivate Child. So it has something to do with child, as it says. And luckily for us, go back as we will, but you this user to login.
Yeah, so it's this. So this, let's switch that over. So here we go. Oh, wait. Oh, there's my music again. God. Yes. Just play the music, man. Alright, so. There we go. So this. Okay, so. Private. Private router. Okay, so private router. Return this login service that is logged in. If true, else this dot router dot navigate / log. Okay, return login service is logged in. True, else route to route to the freaking login page. Let's check that. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
Let's see now. And here it is. So we are on login page, but you might be saying, okay, that was by default. Why you're lying? I'm not. Let me show you. So let's go ahead and say login, and same thing. We will refresh, and we are on login. So we fixed that particular issue as well. So this is from CanActivate card.
Yeah, good.
Let's go back. Sorry, no. Now let's go ahead and discuss about CanActivate child. So it has something to do with child, as it says. And luckily for us, we have already seen some example how you can use the children property in your route, right? So we did it for rooms. Let's go back to the code. So here we have rooms, and then let's go to the routing, and we have these two paths.
Rooms. Let's go to routing. Rooms routing. Hang on, let's go. Rooms dash routing. Okay.
So now what we want to apply is we want to say, in case this logged in user is admin, I should be able to access children, otherwise I should not be able to access children. Possible, right? As I said, I mean, even in banks, you can have a guard who is responsible for checking what kind of role someone has who is trying to access this particular locker. If you are a teller, of course you can get the access. If you are a user, you should get the access to the locker. But if you are someone who is not authorized to access the locker, you can get into the bank. So you pass the CanActivate guard, but you should not be able to enter into the locker room. That's what we are supposed to do here. So here we will be creating another folder. We'll call it as guards, and this is related to rooms. So I'll just close others here, and let's close this as well because there were too many files which were open. And let's go to integrated terminal and g, and I'll say this is room guard. This is related to room. So in case in future we want to add more, we can. And the only guard which we want here is we want CanActivate child, That's it. Right now it's true, but let's go ahead and apply this card. So here you can say can activate child. Again, this is an array, so you can have a number of cards applied here.
Hey, back out. Where are you at? Yeah, let's do that again.
Call it as cards, and this is related to rooms. So I'll just close others here. And
Oh yeah, wait. Yes, I was killing myself trying to find that before. Wait, what was that?
so I'll just close
Close others. Oh, Daddy loves that. Oh my God. Okay. App component. Ready? You are routing. Okay, great. It's here. Close others. Yes. Close the others. Yes. yes. Awesome sauce. Okay, yeah.
close others here. And let's close this as well because there were too many files which were open. And let's go to integrated terminal and GG, and I'll say this is room card. It is related to room. So in case in future you want to add more, we can. And the only card which we want here is we want can activate child, and that's it. Right now it's
child,
true, but let's go ahead and apply this card. So here you can say can activate child. Again, this is an array, so you can have a number of cards applied here. And you can say room card, right? So everything great so far, and we should be able to access once we are logged in. So I'll say so far.
Go back. All right, so we got rooms component, children. Yeah, where is it? Rooms. Oh, that's all the way down here. And activate child. It's going to be room guard. Put that there. Room guard. Activate child. Room guard. Man, that's wild. Okay.
Right. So everything great so far, and we should be able to access once we are logged in. So I'll say this is admin, and we should be able to access rooms, and add rooms. We should be able to access book, room, and works fine. Now let's break it. So to break it, we have to say return false.
Making it false, so that
Let's
when you log
provide
in,
admin,
making it
and
false, so that when you log in,
click on employee, click on rooms, add room. Now we don't have access.
to the
Click on
children.
book room, we don't have access.
Oh, that's
And it
wild.
says navigation started, but it never ended because of course the guards kicked us out. Let's now fix it.
Oh,
go to login.
protected routes.
And now we are supposed to have two types of
Route
roles.
guarding,
One is
protected
user login,
routes,
user
route
login,
guarding.
and one is admin. So I'll just add. I'll say this is admin, and which is boolean, and which is false by default. And if someone uses this, so I'll say this is admin, which is true, and I'll say else. Or sorry, not else. If else. You can just use it, right? I'll say this is say, okay, this is logged in is true now, but is admin is false.
Okay, login service. All right, so stop that. Let's go into login service locally. Okay. Put it over here to click that. Okay, so we've got login screen pass admin. All right, so we're replicating that, copying that if, or paste that if, and we're gonna say is email. Let's see, user admin, user gmail.com, password admin. Is logged in true. Oh, we changed that, huh? This dot is admin. True. Huh. Interesting. This dot is is admin. It's admin. Fail. False. False. False, right? Like it's fail. It's not false. Now is admin. Where is that coming? Oh, is okay. It's good. Yeah. Is admin. Oh God, I literally. Okay, yeah. Literally built this. Okay, before. Okay, all right, Groovy.
So now my login service knows who is admin, who is not. Let's go ahead and use this into our guard. So we can use constructor private login service, this type of login service, and then here
Constructor private.
I can say if return this dot login service dot is admin. So if this is true, return true. That's it. In case you want to add some extra check, go ahead and do that.
Wait, go back.
Dot is
Okay, private login service. Login service. Login service is already here. So why are you having a cow? Oh, this dot login service.
is admin.
Is dot admin. Okay, dot is admin. Huh. So let's see, why is that still have a cloud? Private login service colon login service. There we go.
So if this is true, return true. That's it. In case you want to add some extra check, go ahead and do that. Let's figure out admin first. Add room. Yes, works. Select room. Select book room. Works. Let's refresh this page. So we will go back to login now, and now we will use user @gmail.com, and we will use user, right? And let's click on add room. We don't have access to it. Select books, and we don't have access to it either. So this is how you can prevent the access to child routes. Next that we are going to talk about is not can deactivate, but we'll talk about can load, and then we'll come back to can deactivate and resolve guard. So why? I mean, in can deactivate we need a form, so we will go to the another topic, which is reactive form, which is pending right now, and we will create a form, and then we'll come back to can deactivate because the scenario is related and I don't want to skip that. Let's see can
You
load.
should go now. Run. No.
We already have an issue which is related to where we can apply can load. So let's go ahead and refresh this page. So we'll be redirected to login. And let's go to sources.
They will kill you.
and let's see what is the code which is loaded right now. So you can see, you can go to apps and rooms.
To take this message for our country.
What's this message? Let me just refresh again. So yeah, rooms is gone, right? So we don't have rooms available here, which is okay, right? I mean, we said we already tested this. Then you might be wondering why I'm talking about this rooms again, which is lazy loaded. We know that it is not supposed to be loaded. Let's go ahead and click on rooms. Saw this? Rooms is loaded. Are we redirected to rooms? The answer is no. But still have access to this particular route. The reason being, we are not redirected because of can activate card. So we are not able to activate this particular route. But it is loading the code because it doesn't know what to do in case I'm not authorized to access this particular route. This is where can load. This is where can load route card comes into the picture. This is where the can load card comes into the picture. So it is saying that can I load this particular route? It is only applicable for lazy loaded route. Remember this. So I can apply this can load card. So I can just go to cards and I can apply this the same. Apply the same.
You want regular guards, right? Top guards. Top guards. Top guards. Okay.
So I can just say logged in, right? And
service start is logged in.
And let's apply the card here. So this
That flying guard. And here's where our lazy loading is. Okay, I'm gonna. So we set it up there. So here's our one. Okay. Split left. Oh, sick. Okay. Ooh, okay, wait. Split right. There we go. So now I got you here. Anyway, so there we go. Okay, so now we got that there. Okay, so blah 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 blah. Actually, for this, we want to do.
Yes.
Okay, so we want login guards on one, which is here. So now I can see this. And we want this over here. See that. Okay, so what are we doing?
this is rooms. I can say can load, and then I can pass the card.
Ah. Okay, load. And then we can pass the login. Ah.
And you might have a question again. I'll come back to that point. But let's go ahead and verify this one. So I'll go to Webpack, SRC app, rooms not available. Let's click on rooms and still not loaded because now it knows that, okay, in case if I'm not logged in, I'm not supposed to do anything. I'm not supposed to allow access to this particular, I am not supposed to load this particular lazy loaded module. So that's what we are restricting here. Now let's come back to this point. You might be wondering that for can activate and can load both, I am applying login guard. I mean, I can just go ahead and have can activate child here as well, and I can have, we don't have child, but in case we had, right? So we can also apply resolve guard here. The thing is, whenever it tries to actually apply or run particular guard, it checks for which property. So here, even though we are passing login guard for both, in this case, it knows that I have to go ahead and activate this scan load function. In this case, it knows that I have to go ahead and implement, so we call can activate method. That's all. So that's absolutely fine. So don't get confused here that I have to go ahead and create multiple guards for multiple use cases, even though the code is same. No, you don't have to. Before we go ahead and explore the other route guards which we had, we'll go ahead and create a form. So we already have something called booking, which we want to create. So we want to create a booking form where
that was it? That was all?
guards for multiple use cases, even though the code is same. No, you don't have to.
Oh, okay, we're on a reactive forms now. Okay, that was that was I don't know, anticlimactic, I guess. Rooms, okay, nobody's, now we got protected routes. And then email done. Oh, you can't see me this. Admin. Oh, we're inside the spots. Right. Admin works. Admin room. Right. Booking works. Right, so then all those are set. Okay, so okay. Yes. Well, yeah, I don't think we need that one. I don't need that one. Right here. Close that. All right, we are now on reactive forms. Okay. So we're going to stop here. Thank you for everyone that stopped by during this little adventure and trying to get through the 17-hour-long Angular Code Fest. Right. I'm calling it the Angular review, right, as I'm reviewing Angular. So, all right, I got 4 hours left. 4 solid hours, 4 hours and 2 minutes left. So, yeah, we'll pick up here for probably tomorrow doing reactive forms. And that's going to be it for me. Yeah, this was Rudy. Until next time, I am Uncle Fonzo, and I bid you farewell. You know what? I think I'm gonna add. I think I will add some desktop music to this particular little section here. Where am I? Let's add some desktop audio. Where's desktop audio? Audio input. Yeah. There we go. Okay. There's desktop audio, but yet I don't see audio input. There we go. Yeah, because it sounds nice to have that little outro music playing in the background, doesn't it? Yeah, definitely. So again, thank you for stopping by. Next time, next video, reactive forms. Until next time, Uncle Fonzo bids you peace. Later.